Watch the game change, yeah.
Obviously, they shot a paintball and it hit you, but how did that happen?
Woo! No, man, I love you, Arthur, but dude, like, I'm trying to win a tournament.
Get flat, go to the end, do the job. Called being out of shape and not mentally all there.
It's good, it's fun. We're at Badlands, baby. It's been great.
The Badlands, home of Chicago Aftershock for 30 years and the scene of many legendary moments in our sport. Austin Notorious and the Brooklyn Bears have joined Aftershock on their home turf to train and prepare for the rapidly approaching Windy City Major, just 1 week away. After 3 events in the 2024 NXL season, these 3 teams are all facing drastically different scenarios as we head into the tail end of the year.
Yeah, we're playing matches. We just played the Bears, playing Shock right now. 4 minutes left, it's 1-1. Playing at Badlands, nice field, good practice. Ready to go for Chicago.
Notorious, in their sophomore season, is currently in 18th overall, after losing every game and taking 19th at the last event. They need to finish strong to avoid relegation, as the last place team at the end of the year gets demoted into the semi-pro division. They didn't have 3 key players in Atlantic City, and in Chicago, we will see the return of their biggest weapon. Archie Barnes Jr., known as ABJ, lit the league on fire with his relentless attack at the first 2 events. And if he can summon that beast again, it will drastically improve Notorious's chances.
Go FSU!
The Bears are sitting middle of the pack, 10th overall. They have notable prelim wins over top teams, having beat Impact, the Hurricanes, and Aftershock twice, en route to 2 Sunday appearances. But needing help to crack into the upper echelon and have more success on Sunday, the Bears have made 2 moves that could make the difference. They brought in mastermind coach Mike Hinman, who has a legacy of turning talented players into elite gunfighters and has trained some of the best. They also picked up a French missile, teenage prodigy Hugo Vernegue, who's been a crucial part of the Tauntauns' attack in NXL Europe this season. Hugo's style fits perfectly on a team known for a full field press.
Everything, all the time. Yep. Okay? All the things.
Aftershock stock has done nothing but rise this season, as they're trying to ride the momentum of a finals appearance in Atlantic City. They will be one of the favorites to win next weekend, with a roster filled to the brim with lethal proven veterans, and Paintball Hall of Fame leaders Coach Todd Martinez and owner Todd Adamson. But whether or not Shock wins the tournament in Chicago could come down to how well their first attacker in the Snake plays. For Shock, these are their least experienced players. Clay Hughes and rookie Ryan Hoskinson, known as Hosky, have been fighting for playing time, with Hosky emerging as Aftershock's starter in Atlantic City. But for these 2 talented players, and for everyone playing on all 20 pro teams, how much playing time you get at the tournament begins with how well you play at practice.
The last 2 days we've had our shit pushed in, which is really good for us because then we're learning, right? If we come out here and win every point, you don't learn anything. The Bears really had us dialed in, and Notorious. And Notorious was evening them up with the Bears the last 2 days. So it's been good quality, right? You know, those guys both those teams are really aggressive, and it'll exploit some weaknesses, and we like it. So we're learning a lot. Dominant this way. Fucking around. You can send a couple of heaters just before you go do something else. Just chance that real quick.
When you fucking got in there, the dude was in the 50-50 snake, he just didn't see you.
Right.
You know what I mean? You always got to check that guy out.
I looked, didn't see a snake, and then when I got to their side, I looked, didn't see a snake, and then I decided to engage the alpha. I'm gonna kill this dude, and then when I kill that... How much time? How much time?
1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute! 1 minute!
Do the fucking job. Nick! Get your fat ass down and crawl to the end. What are you doing? It's over now, buddy. But Nick, why are you walking with the corner? Because you don't play paintball on the weekends. Guys, why are we going to give him any shot? He makes one good shot, he starts to turn it around. Get flat, go to the end, do the job.
So having Mike Hinman is a great asset to us. He really lays down the groundwork for what a paintball player should be and how to identify your weaknesses and turn them into strengths. He's done it with me. I've seen him doing it with many players. It's a great asset to have. Sure, it's a cultural shock, him coming along. Once we can get past that, I think this Bear community and Bear family will grow and be stronger than anything that we've ever seen before.
There's no reason for you to be running. If you're going to run, put your shit on and go play.
Players are taking it really well. Sure, it is a little friction here and there, but everybody understands what Mike is trying to do is to help you. He might come off a little strong, but at the end of the day, Mike is here to help. And all the players, all the coaches, all the managers and owners understand that. Like I said, it's a culture shock. It's a different culture from Mike to come to us. Everybody's on board with it. Everybody loves Mike, and we're keeping him around for a long time.
No paint, he was so frustrated, bro.
Yo, thank God I clipped that snake.
The funniest thing was is fucking Sloviak shoots his own dude as he's trying to shoot at him one-handed. He goes and shoots fucking Thomas Kim.
Yeah, so with the Bears, I had some other calls that had come in, but the Bears, I've been friends with like Joey and Robbie, I don't know, 15 years now. When I started Aftermath back in the day, we played against them a lot. Always been really good friends, and when they called after the last event and asked if I was willing to come out and help, I said, yeah, you know, like for me, it's more of a fit thing, right? Like just being around people that are my friends and people that you want to go have dinner with after you get done playing paintball, right? So that was a good fit.
Listen, if you don't have anything, keep rolling your fucking gun. Bring the pressure, not you, but you guys, keep putting pressure. Hold them out.
My name is Hugo Verag. I am 19 years old. So for Chicago events, I'm playing for Bears, Brooklyn Bears, and so I'm very excited to play with them. And so I'm new, so it was very complicated to find myself and with the team and do some communication in English. So it was complicated, but I did it, and I feel like confident for the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of trying to push on all fronts and be established both ways. These wide guys have good control of the center, so it'll be interesting to see the difference between like slow-paced play and control versus just sheer aggression, which you could do. So trying to find a happy medium there.
First practice I've gotten to have with the team as a whole group. I have the benefit of, with the exception of Archie and Pasternak, I've won an event or a series with everyone on this team. So we have a lot of chemistry and history together as players. And so for me, it was assessing where our team play deficiencies are. We have no shortage of athletes on this team, and we need to figure out how to utilize those guys together, working in pairs, and this is a perfect layout for that. Our twos have to be up the field working with our ones, and it forces us to work on, I think, some of our deficiencies. So this is a event opportunity for us to show what we've accomplished and what we've been working on since everyone saw us in Atlantic City, where we struggled without some key personnel who we have back now.
Here, you're trying to make eye contact with Archie or Ty so they know, fuck yeah, my turn to go. And then they make eye contact with you and you go, fuck yeah, my turn to go. right? And that's how that pivot's got to happen.
Hey, what do we got? Hey, back in.
Have to make sure that when we're calling those calls, we always forget to call the balls, right? We call the shots, we forget to call the balls, okay? That makes a huge difference. But it's the attention to detail to make sure that everybody knows, right? If you say something and you don't hear it repeated, you know, then that guy didn't hear you, that's the rule, right? That guy didn't hear you. That's why we're here. This isn't a tournament yet, this is practice, okay? It's practice. This is where we fucking remember, you know, stop making the same mistakes and make sure that we don't make those same mistakes consistently.
So we're becoming more tailored to our strengths and less trying to play someone else's game. So I think that's the critical piece of the puzzle for us, is finding our stride and us dictating and playing our own game.
It's another year of taking 2 different camps, in this case 3 different camps, slamming them together and trying to make a pie. You're always leaving me.
See, Arthur, twice, Arthur, twice.
Woo! Barnes, huh? You want to see me in the steak, Archie Barnes? Huh? Archie! You want some? That's right. No, says Archie Barnes, you want this, fool?
The weather in Texas declined into a disaster, which forced Major League Paintball to turn the Mid-Atlantic Major into a doubleheader. 2 events would be decided in Atlantic City over the course of a 4-day fight.
Let's go, let's go. Not over yet.
At the conclusion of the Lone Star Major, Red Legion took over the top spot in the series title race. Their starting 5 used masterful aggression to defeat Blastcamp and Aftershock in the quarters and the semis, and then won a 4-3 game against X Factor in the finals to win their first event in 5 years.
Justin Rabakov is going to win this tournament or Built for Legion.
With Texas finally in the books, the Mid-Atlantic Major was set to go down, with Red Legion officially the favorite. Normally, teams would have a week to prepare on a pre-release layout, but this time the layout would be blind. All 20 pro teams would be present to walk the field at the same time, and with close to 200 players, it was a bit chaotic as no one in the league had been in a situation quite like this before.
Yeah, try to walk it, figure it out, see what we're going to do. So far, blind layouts have played well to us, so see if we keep it going. Middle looks pretty chaotic. 50 Snake looks like it's a free run. So for me, I'm excited to check out the Dorito side and see what I have to work with over there.
I don't know. I'll play wherever no one else wants to play. Interesting.
Kind of hard to see the lanes right now because there's so many people out here. So just trying to get a general idea. Yeah, I mean, short memory is that tournament's over. It came up short, and we're on to Atlantic City now.
I think that'll work good. And I'll be shooting just in case anyone's coming. So I'll be shooting, like that. Jumping over, rolling, we're in.
Don't hesitate, just do it.
Quick learning lesson throughout the games, but the team that gets it down first will have success.
A lot of options. Center's very crazy. Excited to see how it plays out, but I think it's going to be pretty chaotic.
The prelim fights were fierce as the teams learned the field and we watched the strategy and tactics evolve in real time. Only the top 10 teams would earn the right to play in Sunday's competition, and then 2 would blast their way into the finals.
It's time to fight for your right to party!
San Diego Dynasty was out for redemption after taking 14th in Texas. They beat Infamous, but dropped a game in overtime to a surging Edmonton Impact on day 1. And then day 2 they shut out New York Extreme and only let the Ironmen score 2 points. Dynasty would move on to the quarterfinals. Edmonton Impact was looking the best they had all year, trying to ride the momentum from a 3rd place at the Lone Star, getting contributions from the whole roster as they went undefeated and won their stacked bracket. Though Infamous went 1-1 both days, losing their games to top seeds Dynasty and Impact, they were still able to skate into the wildcard round, making Sunday, and redeeming their last place finish in Texas. Baltimore Revo showed off the same consistency seen all season long, making every Sunday. But though they won their first 3 prelim games, all the wins came by just 1 point, and their 3-point loss to X Factor forced them into yet another wildcard round, their 6th in a row. Coming fresh off their finals appearance, San Antonio X Factor used their tactical brilliance to put up 3 wins on the board, but playing tentative against Aftermath cost them a loss. But they did enough to move right into the quarterfinals. Tampa Bay Damage, who won 2 events in a row last season, but missed Sunday at the first event in Vegas, also secured a spot on Sunday, but their 2-2 record forced them to play in the wildcard round against Revo. Every game for the Brooklyn Bears was decided by 1 point, but though they went 3-1, they were also forced to play in the wildcard round.
Like Pop says, y'all, winning by 1 is all that matters. Let's go!
Houston Heat only dropped 1 game in the prelims to Damage by 1, and they took down Notorious, the ML Kings and Aftershock, to move into the quarterfinals. Though 20 teams fought through 2 days to excel in the blind layout chaos, only 2 teams were destined to go the distance.
Beautiful out here in Atlantic City. The field layout's awesome, and there's a lot of exciting things happening out here at this event. So stay tuned.
Reformed this season by legendary Hall of Famer Todd Adamson, Chicago Aftershock is a foundational name in the annals of paintball history. Though they missed Sunday at the first event and lost to Red Legion in the Texas semifinals, the roster assembled by Adamson and coach Todd Martinez was already showing signs of brilliance in their 4th place finish. During the Mid-Atlantic prelims, Aftershock's starting line started to shine. LJ Parrish and Corey Hall were lethal and relentless on the D side. Veteran stars Alex Rodriguez and Thomas Kim were dialed in, and rookie Ryan Hoskinson was getting the lion's share of spins as the first attacker on the Snake side. Aftershock easily handled Notorious and the ML Kings on Friday, and then they started off day 2 with a 4-0 shutout win over Tampa Bay Damage. A 2-point loss to Heat ruined their undefeated run, but Aftershock would still go right into the quarterfinals.
What's interesting about this layout is, normally you get like a week to practice on the layout and stuff, and usually Friday and Saturday people are still fine-tuning. What I liked about blind layout is you kind of had that happen, Friday you're kind of just figuring things out. Saturday it's heightened up a lot, and Sunday I think you're going to see normal Sunday paintball to where, people get to their spots, value their lives, they know the field layout a little bit better. I actually like the blind layout. I hope it's something that we continue to do, because I think it really takes a lot, it takes a lot of focus to get ready in the moment, and, a lot's on the line, so, I dig it.
You're playing on points. It's a quite different everything. Pressure, stress, pulse, all of that. And you're kind of still learning, but you need to beat those guys no matter what, because it's a tournament. It's preliminary round already by now. We were lucky. We started playing later today. In the morning, we were able to see how the other teams are playing, see their logics, and kind of implement it into our vision from yesterday when we walk around the field. We must say that still we need to polish it. Still need to polish it. So that is to see what we can do better at this field layout, because like from the first side it came to be like very active, but all at the same time if team opponents get into the certain positions, it's really hard to cut that off, especially if you're not making any shots of the breakout. Давайте. Don't, everybody, guys, second squad, don't put your heads down. Those guys showed us something. We just need to make lessons and get fresh and ready for tomorrow.
Welcome back. Day 2's a battle's about to go down here on center court at the 2024 NXL Major League Paintball Windy City Major. I'm Matty Marshall, alongside paintball legend and coach of New York Extreme, Rich Telford. This should be an interesting set. Well, Rich, they're going to be interesting sets all day. We are in the second day of the prelim fights here, and we're going to find out who the top teams are. Those top 10 teams going to be moving on to Sunday. And Diesel, though they did lose both their games yesterday, they're playing Notorious. Notorious also lost both their games yesterday. But, Rich, Diesel kept them close. They still have a chance today. If they can win with some decent margins, we're probably going to be seeing them play on Sunday. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, for sure. And what I liked about Diesel is, although they didn't do as well yesterday as they wanted to do, in the past when they've struggled, their heads are kind of down and they're kind of out of it. I think they know they're playing well. They know they played against two good teams and they just weren't quite good enough. But they weren't down on each other like they have been in the past. So I think it's really positive for that team.
Also, apologies. We're trying to get the games up from yesterday. Had a technical glitch, but we were working on that. Should be up soon. Jumping into point number 1, Diesel on the red side, Notorious on the blue side on the break. Heavy guns for Notorious, not able to produce a kill. So 5-on-5 situation, but not for long. 2 bodies dropping early after the break for Notorious. So now it's a big 5-on-3 high body moment for Diesel. They're pushing the issue in the snake as Goldman is all the way past, or actually at the 50-yard line here, and this has been the way that this snake is supposed to be played. We saw it slow down a little bit yesterday afternoon as guys were kind of posting up in Snake 2 and looking inside. Not a lot of great shots from Snake 2.
2-on-4 advantage for Diesel.
But pushing the issue in here is definitely what you want to be working with, especially in a high body situation. Notorious with ABJ. He's coming up here and see if he can deal with Mouse. The battle going down here in the snake, getting a glimpse at the D side.
ABJ taking the walk.
Yeah, so ABJ taking the walk. Goldman's still alive. And looks like BJ Henningberg going to be finishing things off from that D side. So snakes on both sides. If you weren't able to join us yesterday, thank you so much for joining us here at the 4-Stop on the Major League Paintball Tour. And this has been a blessing of a field. Everyone likes this field, because sometimes I'll talk to guys about the layout the week before. Hey, how do you like the field after they played it for, 3-4 days? And some of them, almost everyone likes the field, but I typically don't get 100% of everyone saying they like the field, and this time it was literally 100%.
Yeah, typically if the field plays where there's only 1 or 2 ways to play the field, guys get pretty bored of it pretty quickly, right? Because they're like, hey, I'm doing the same thing over and over. It's kind of a boring field. But with this field, there's so many options. People aren't doing the same thing from the same spots. They're all going to the same primaries on the break, but from there, there's a ton of different variations of way to play the field.
Yeah, and both sides are potent. So the D side has a snake. Snake side obviously has a really long snake, and you have to get crafty. You have to get creative. We talked about it yesterday. Ryan Moorhead from Houston Heat described this as a bloody thinking man's snake, and it definitely is. Let's listen in real quick. ML Kings got the start station mic'd up.
I love that shot right there. So what you're looking for is if that guy gets his gun up before they cross those gaps. If he gets his gun up before they cross the gaps, they have a good chance of hitting them. If they don't, then they do not have a good chance.
So Infamous choosing point number 1 to double up that back center. Saw this decent amount yesterday. Can't stay there for long. It's not a great spot once the plays develop.
First Kings player taking a walk. 5-on-4 advantage for Infamous as they push into the D side and the snake at the same time, Matt.
Yeah, Rich Barrett gets out of there nicely. Still Ryan Hall posts up that back center. They are attacking with Silberg on that Dorito side. He's going to get into D1. I think he just went into that D2 snake. They're also in the snake here, bottom side of the screen.
He's in the 50 now, Matt.
So
Silberg, top 50, Dorito side.
Silberg had a rough first game yesterday, but he had a really good second game.
Yeah, he made up for it for sure.
Yeah, and they're on a skeleton squad. They lost Nate Schrader to Uprising, and then Zach Patient had back surgery. No Callie Rudolph. Congratulations to their family. He's trying to build his 5-man team. He's got 3 boys. And then no Brett Messer either as well, too. So a little bit of a light line for Infamous, but I still really like the starting 5 or 6 that they have.
Yeah, they're all super athletic. They're all super seasoned. They're good, solid professional paintball players.
Threats and vets, man. They got them both.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, ML King's dropping another body, so 3-on-4 advantage here for Infamous as they push up both tapes, Matt.
Yeah.
2 snake side, 2 Dorito side for Infamous.
We're getting off to a real good start here. Let's see if they can close this one out nicely. This is why you do those high body situation drills, so you do not blow moments like this. Russell back all the way onto the ML King side. And ML Kings, Rich, they did play some good counterpunch baseball paintball yesterday.
Yep. 4-on-1 as Brusselback gets the last couple eliminations there. Oh, and puts it on Kyle Berry.
Kyle seems to always be the last guy left alive.
Yes. He's a very efficient hider. Notorious coming back out. They're going to be playing from the red side of the field. Struggled a little bit with that first point. Let's see if they change it up a little bit. Nice to have ABJ back.
I talked to Marky Franz Sr. on the walk-in this morning. So they made his son, Marky Franz Jr., the captain. And so he kind of gave his first captain speech.
Yeah.
And his old man had a little
critique.
Little critique. Because he basically was saying, he's like, look, you know, everyone else has beat AC Diesel this year. Why not us? And so the way Marky Franz Sr. was kind of, the way he said it, he's like, what is this? He's trying to give him a speech like, what are we, the worst Texas team out here? Come on, man.
That's what I heard him walk by. He's like, I guess we're playing to see who's the worst Texas team. Mouse getting shot out early, taking the walk. So Diesel losing one early snake side. That's a good advantage for FSU as they lose their first player going up the center of the field. ABJ, snake 2 inside.
Yeah, Carter getting caught, trying to get out of that back center, get up to the can, so they're down a body.
No one really snake side for Diesel, though, Maddie. The snake temple is looking Dorito side. So ABJ has a good opportunity to go up the field. The only one that's going to stop him right now is that back center. So he needs to put that back center in around that corner, snake 2, and go forward.
Yeah, if you're in a high body situation, unless you're up a ton of points, I just don't like guys sitting in snake 2 and posting up crossfield.
We agree.
Just because we've been seeing mostly the proactivity in here and guys pushing forward, and the teams that are really doing well out here, that's not what they're doing.
Because the guys in the snake have so many more options than the guys that are just stuck at the temple or the center wing, right?
Yeah, and if you can clear out that, whatever, let's just say they both go at each other, typically they're trading, right?
Right.
And then they trade, okay, now that guy comes out of there, well, now our guys don't have to worry about those crossfield shots from the snake, at least until they fill it again, and then maybe we can shoot the guy trying to fill in.
ABJ gets 2 there, Maddie. 2 crossfield shots. Now he's got 2 bodies in front of him. Oh, looks like Mouse. So must have been Spicker got caught earlier. Mouse gets caught. ABJ 3-pack, Maddie.
Yeah, ABJ's on one right now. But what did we just talk about? Proactivity in the snake. Yep. This is what we saw at ABJ at the first 2 events. And then they force a trade, which is fine because Spica had to go get him.
Yeah, ABJ gets 4 there. That's great.
Yeah, that's the blessing of having a proactive snake player that's willing to be aggressive and push forward. Helps everyone out so much.
That's why you pay ABJ the big bucks. Going down to their end of the snake, getting 4.
Maybe next year.
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to sell him for the future.
Me too. Me too.
He deserves that check, and he's a good dude because I know for a fact that people were offering him checks last year and this year, and he wouldn't leave Marky Franz and Notorious.
Yeah, I talked to him a bit. He said, he's like, I'm a man of my word. I committed. I'm going to stay with the squad right now, and I want to really hope that we do well, believe in the boys. So we'll see. But he's definitely got payable talent. That's for sure. There he is on your screen. Archie Barnes Jr., widely known as ABJ.
Yeah.
He's Californian, so, we try to be as unbiased as possible, but we are Californians.
And we're the best, so.
Not anymore, Rich.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you're still the best?
In
really?
life? Yes, I am the best
in life. Oh, okay,
sure.
I thought we were talking about the paintball.
Paintball. Those years have passed.
You used to be really good, but you are too old now.
ML Kings won. Oh, Peterson gets bounce going in, and they lose as they do in the snake side. So 5-on-3 advantage here for Infamous Maddie. Again, going with the 2 back center and releasing to that top side Dorito. Harris Hussein getting shot at back center. 5-on-2 advantage now for Infamous.
Yeah, the heavy guns are working for Infamous right now.
Everything's working for Infamous right now.
Yeah, with them sitting at a 1-1 record yesterday, as they beat Dynasty by 2 and then lost by 1, so they're in the positive territory as far as point spread already, and if they can get a nice win against Notorious, we still got a lot of game to play, and we did see some upsets yesterday, but they are looking dialed through a couple here.
Yeah, and they're one of those teams that generally starts off a little bit slow and also kind of plays on the emotions, right? Like they're kind of an emotion-based team, and I think they're up. I think they're feeling good. I think they like their chances. Obviously, they're playing really well out here. I just hope there's 6 guys that are healthy enough and strong enough to, last them throughout the event.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. When you get a roster where you got 6 guys, you're hoping, 1, that everyone stays healthy, and 2, that all 6 of those guys are playing to their potential.
Right.
Because it's not like you got a deep bench, whereas if guys having a rough tournament, which happens.
Right.
Guys have bad tournaments.
Yep.
You have, pick your...
Unlucky, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's football, baseball, paintball, sometimes the guy that hits 300 goes 0-4 2 games in a row. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen occasionally. But when you got 6 guys, you can't be like, all right, kid, you're up next, because that dude's playing catch out there right now with his face and his goggles.
Well, and this is a field where you run a lot too, right? So if you got a slow, methodical field, you're not playing many points, those 6 bodies can last you a lot longer. When you're playing a ton of points on a fast field, sometimes those 6 bodies get burnt out. FSU first in the snake with ABJ. Snake 2 looking inside. Diesel takes the Dorito side, top 50. 5-on-4 here, Maddie.
Mark Johnson just got smoked trying to get up to that can. Good zone control here for Notorious.
Diesel in the snake corner, Matty, as a secondary out to the Drita corner as well with Mikowski.
Yeah, this is a tie ball game right now after that amazing moves plural here from ABJ, and ABJ is going to run down Mouse.
Oh, and FSU lose their inside player as well.
Dyer dives into the snake, though, so they still have a snake presence. Here comes Kyle Spica. Or no, sorry, that's going to be Ice.
Baginski.
Yeah, Baginski. It's Mark Baginski taking the walk. He got caught. So that's good zone control here.
FSU's
really good zone control from Notorious.
They're looking good here, man. It looks like they're in a good position to win this point. 3-on-2 or 2-on-2. Can't really tell, but no one on this side of the field for Diesel, just FSU. So if the FSU player, Dyer, can just get on his belly, crawl down, he can probably win this point. 2-on-2. Oh, it's Cody Mikowski gets caught coming around across the field. And honestly, Cody made the right move. It didn't work out, but he needed to separate that field. Otherwise, Dyer was going to figure out there's no one on this tape and just go forward. So good move from Cody, just didn't work out.
Yeah, I believe I think it was Ty Bateman over there. Dyer played really well here as a second attacker.
Yeah, good. And like we say, sometimes it's the second guy in the snake, not the first guy.
A lot of times it is the second guy in the snake.
Especially on this field where you're trading it out.
Yeah, especially on this layout. I mean, typically when you have a dominant snake and both teams have good snake players, they trade a lot, and then it's what does your second attacker do? I mean, if you look at one of the reasons that Red Legion's been so dominant this year, I mean, their overall record for Red Legion is 20-2. 20 wins, 2 losses. They still are undefeated since Vegas. And one of the blessings they've got this year was to get Justin Rabakoff as their 2 behind Malloy on the snake side. So
he found his forever home, I feel like. ML Kings breaking up from the blue. Infamous from the red. So far it's been all Infamous. Infamous has been winning the breakout, shooting 1 or 2 on the break every game, making these points very easy for them. This point they lose their first. Infamous loses Ryan Hall D side, and they lose Duarte out of the back center there as well. So 5-on-3 advantage for the Kings.
Well, third point in a row where Infamous went heavy guns and doubled up that back center, and I think it actually cost them.
They got caught, yeah.
It's a good read from ML Kings.
Yep. Now let's see if the first player here for ML Kings and the Snake can just go trade out with Jamrose, because if he can, then there's no one on this side of the field for Infamous, and ML Kings should be able to win this point.
I think it's Acevedo.
Acevedo, good. Yeah, he's been playing solid.
He has. He's been good. Kaya's been in there as well too. He's been pretty decent, but Acevedo seemed to be getting the lion's share of the spins in here for the ML Kings as the first attacker in the snake.
Kings lose their first player out of the middle of Maddie, so 4-on-3 advantage as Kyle fills out to the snake corner for the Kings. Jonah going forward now for Infamous into the snake 3, looking inside, shooting cross shot on the drill 3. Oh, Acevedo taking the walk. I don't know who got him. Oh, and Kyle gets caught down the chain.
Jonah Jamrose Rich is on fire right now here in the snake.
Yep. Just got 2 good kills. Now he's going to crawl down and eliminate that can or the cross shot of the D. He's going to get that shot on the back of can.
If Jonah shoots the rest of these bodies, he's going to go on the list, courtesy of Pate Smith Law, for best move of the prelims. I don't know if anyone beats Jerry Caro, though, with that 5-pack and a 3-on-5.
I don't know what it looked like from up here, but from the pits, it was pretty impressive.
It looked amazing live, but then I went back and watched the replay on what everyone saw at home with the cameras and all the angles, and it looked about as good as it possibly could look. I think the only way somebody wins that $500 out of Jerry Caro is going to be a 1-on-5. If you pull off a 1-on-5, then maybe.
I've seen a lot of good paintball players in a lot of years, but when Jerry's like in that zone, he's unstoppable.
He didn't get the nickname Scary Jerry for no reason.
Jerry is scary, man.
But Jonah Jamrose, really excellent performance there in a crucial point where they lost that body early, but he just hammers it down the snake side and gets that important 3-point spread. Talk about that often about, when you go down 3-0, so tough to come back. Back in the race 2 era, when we used to play a race to 7, if you went down 3, it was about a 95% chance that you were going to lose that game. It's not that same anymore. It's not that bad anymore, but it's still pretty bad.
Yeah, it's only like 87% now.
Hey, Ryan. They don't answer. Hey, Joe, I'm on an island. Okay. It took me a sec to realize it. Yeah. Okay. Nobody got 4. Now you got 5.
Don't worry, Joe. Jonah was shooting everybody.
Yeah, just stay alive.
You guys were fine.
You can hear the fear in his voice.
Back into point number 4 here. 1-point lead for Austin Notorious over Diesel. And with how good that Diesel looked yesterday against Impact, on paper I was going to have to give this one to Notorious.
Diesel dropping their first attacker D side. ABJ taking the walk for FSU snake side. Looks like Spica going, I think it's Spica going forward in the snake for Diesel, but Diesel player getting to the 50.
So 10:30 to go. Hotly contested match. It's 4-on-4. Lateral movement outside wide for Notorious D side. Getting out into D3.
Diesel's now on FSU's side of the field, looking for the cross shots. Did he get his shot on that Dorito? Yes, he did.
Yeah, and Diesel pushing the issue with, I believe, Silos. New pickup for Diesel. Played some real solid points for him yesterday.
Yeah, it's the best I've seen Silos play in a while. Oh, but now he got caught. Nope, he got lucky. Almost got caught by that same cross shot he was trying to make on the Dorito. Only 2 players left alive for Notorious, and they're both in Dorito 1 and Dorito 3 mat. So it's just kind of a matter of time here.
Well, already this morning, Rich, we've seen just how powerful good snake play is, because that's been the story this morning so far in this first set.
Yeah.
So
and there goes Silos forward. Still alive in the corner now of Notorious.
So Silos Cortez rocking his coach's jersey, Ryan Gray, because he just got picked up, so they couldn't make him jersey in time.
Not fast enough.
So Diesel going to tie this one up. Going to be 2-2.
Good to see Silos finally got his 20 racks.
Yeah, and, man, Diesel's had some entertaining games out here. He had a really entertaining game with X Factor and lost that one. And went blow for blow with Impact, lost that one.
Go, you hear me? Hey, just so you know, Texas is only home only.
But this is a pretty crucial day for Diesel. They've been underperforming for 2 seasons. They really need, for team cohesion heading into the end of the year and for the offseason, they really need good performances right now with the roster that they have.
Yeah, they do. I feel like, though, this is the first time they're kind of coming together as a team, and they're not down on themselves. They're like, hey, we know this is going to be a process. The coach is good, the team is good, we've got sponsorship. Let's just play paintball, guys. I feel like at least the cloud has kind of been lifted.
Yeah, they didn't get the results they wanted to yesterday.
But, I mean, it's the first time they really played well, I thought. ML Kings need to do something to get back in this game, Matt, and I think they should just go on full attack, man. I think that's their style of play that they played really well, and this field is one of those fields that if you play really fast, you can play anybody on this field.
Yeah, and if Infamous decides to pump the brakes for any reason, and ML Kings can get through some of these lanes with the way this layout is, yeah, and also that's their style. That when they play well, that's what they look like.
And then they just feed off of it, right?
Well, what happens is the ML Kings, sitting down at 17th place, when they go down, which is often, and they start playing aggressive, we're like, wow, they look really good right now. So just want to see a little more offense out of ML Kings. They
penalty.
Penalty assessed here on Infamous is going to open the door a little bit. ML Kings, though, had a little bit of problems with survivability, so they did go to some safer spots, but now they're starting to make their way up the field. They're crawling into the snake.
Yeah.
They have a body in D2 and then 3 in the pocket.
And 5-on-3 advantage thanks to that penalty.
Azevedo back into the snake here.
Rodarte's got to get out of that can in the middle, Matt. If he does not get out of that can, he's going to get shot. It's a really tough spot to be alive in when they're on both tapes. He releases now and goes to the brick on the drill side, gets in there clean.
Azevedo just moved up into snake 3 and almost caught Rodarte when he made that move across, but Rodarte makes it alive. And also Tim Brusselback had filled out wide to spread the field a bit here for Infamous. Azevedo is completely out on the sideline, though, and looking to try to catch Tim Brusselback. Brusselback dips into the snake. Pops the top to check off in front of him, make sure there's no one there. Oh, but it gets shot as he popped the top to check off on that position. So that is going to cost Infamous because now Azevedo has this whole entire snake side to himself.
Yeah, and Kings have 3 bodies over here, so they need to push Azevedo forward, not just let him gunfight across the field. Kyle Berry sharking through the center. I think he knows the count and knows where the last 2 bodies are. Gets the first one and gets shot. 4-on-1 now as they, and... Looks like a major on...
I think it's going to be on Infamous.
I think Infamous, too.
Because they're not going to pull anyone from the ML
That would have been a terrible penalty if you're up by 3 points and you've already got 1 penalty in that point.
Hey, Peterson, you want one?
Yeah, so now this could cost Infamous because the ML Kings are going to pull within 2. Looks like they're going to be at a severe deficit with a major penalty potentially on the last player. It could be starting with 3. 2 bodies will be pulled on a major, and if they don't have bodies to pull in that point, it carries over. So this could be a big opportunity for the ML Kings to pull within 1 here, Rich, with a decent amount of time still on the clock, still 9:20.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There's definitely a chance. Definitely a chance.
It's like they got Silos and Mouse in here, snake side for Diesel. That's a powerful 1-2 combo.
Yeah.
Come to the wire right away. Hey, you went from God and back. Hey, we're gonna go to the same corner. Yeah, I saw him jump. Hey, they're starting with 4. Hey, we gotta play this hard. We gotta play this at 100%. After it's 5-on-5. Hey, Chris, can you come in? Chris, where's Chris? Hey, they're pace shooting for the offense game. Good.
100 double the hole, Sunday and God. God is looking across the last Dorito side down.
We need to figure out a way.
Can you go right to
So one guy's going to run
hard. He's going to go wire.
ML King's still totally mentally focused, and in this one, you could see after that penalty went up, they definitely know they still have a chance in this game. Jumping back into this tie ball game, 2-2's the score with 9:26 to go.
Silos, Snake on the break, goes right to outside of Snake 2, wraps, looks, sees that no one's on him. Let's see if he releases. Yep, releases, going right to the 50 now as Notorious fills into the Snake corner. Diesel losing their first attacker out of the center of the field, Matt. I couldn't see who it was. But 4-on-5 advantage for Notorious. Diesel in Dorito 3, the Dorito Can, the Snake God. I'm missing one body. Oh, and Silos Cortez now in Notorious' Snake. So 4-on-4.
Well, Spica's going to dip into the Snake right behind Silos. He's at Snake 2. He's looking inside. Silos is all the way on their side, and here comes Dyer. Dyer's hunting for Silos. Silos is going to pop the top, and he's going to shoot his gun. Dyer's going to hear it and probably try to make a move. No, he doesn't. Okay. But then Dyer's going to run him down and stay alive. Perfect job by Logan Dyer.
And Goldman just got a cross shot on that 50 Dorito over there.
Oh, but then Goldman eats up Dyer.
And there's no one on this side of the field now for Notorious, and I believe Goldman knows that, and he's going to release and go forward. See if he waits and gets that kill crossfield, or if he just penetrates, goes right past him, and shoots him in the back. He's going right past him.
Yeah, this is going to get a free kill inside, and he's going to get another free kill. Oh, he didn't check off on that D3 position. D3 jumps into Snake 1, but then Goldman runs all the way down the sideline and then shoots him in the back anyway. So nice little 2-pack to close. Actually, a 3-pack total in at that point for Alex Goldman to retake the lead here for Diesel, and that's why you pay Alex Goldman.
That's right. And I love that. Send Silos through. You know, ideally he gets that guy off the field, but if not, that guy gets Silos, and then Alex gets that guy. And Alex ends up body up on that side.
Yeah, and that wasn't the easiest 3-pack to get because he had to deal with Dyer, win that gunfight because Dyer had just made a nice move to shoot out Silos, but then he didn't waste any time. Got the free kill inside, but worked for it, and then had to run all the way around to shoot the other guy in the back because he had made that nice move into D-side Snake 1.
Let's see if the ML Kings can turn this opportunity into something and get advantage they have here is that they're a one-body advantage. Infamous starting a body down because of the penalty. Infamous goes to both corners. They get Jamrose. Hard bounce going to the small tempo. Looks like he's okay, but they lose corner, and then now they lose Jamrose. So it's 4-on-2 advantage here for ML Kings. Exactly what they need to get back in this match as Azevedo goes forward from the corner into Snake 1.
And Rich, those two bodies are stuck on the D side for Infamous and back center. And D3, they know it. They're going to have to try to spread the field, and they dive out to the insert bunker Snake side as the ML Kings are pushing up. Top of your screen to that D side Snake and bottom side in the Snake, past the 50.
Really good read from Ryan Hall there, understanding that if he didn't get out to this corner, that it would be very challenging for Infamous to pull back this point.
So this is our D-side cam. So anytime we cut to this cam, again, the teams flip-flop on sides from what you normally are seeing. Ooh, ML Kings, though, losing.
As they're just playing the Snake too sloppy, Matt. He's always on this outside cut, and the guys come out to the tape and shoot him. And it's
Rich, I agree with you. You're down 2. You have 8.5 minutes to work with, and you're up 2 bodies, and you're in a crucial spot. Azevedo cannot die in that position.
100%.
Not unless he's going to run down and trade.
I was just going to say, unless he's getting up and trying to go force a move, then you're like, I kind of see that.
If he's running and trades with the body, that's perfect. That's great, because now we're in a 3-on-1. But if you die, now it's a 2-on-3, much more manageable position for Infamous because they have the field spread. Both guys are on an island. So now someone just has to step up and win a gunfight, and it'll be even up on the body count.
So 2-on-3 advantage here for ML Kings, but they got to put it together here. They're pushing up that D side. It's a one-on-one battle on this tape with Kyle Berry and Ryan Hall.
Yeah, Rodriguez choosing to go and help out his D-side attacker. So a double stack of bodies for ML Kings. That's where they have the offense. And then who's over in the Snake for him for ML Kings? Is that Berry or is that?
This is Kyle here.
Yeah, okay. So Kyle's on an island gunfighting here with Ryan Hall. Whoever wins this fight, it will be huge. If Ryan can win this fight with Kyle, then Infamous is going to be 2-2, and Ryan will have this whole snake side to himself. So that would be ideal for Infamous, and then also it'd be perfect for Barry. If Barry can get the shot in on Ryan, then he'll have this side, and they'll be able to close out that 3-1 probably easily.
Yeah, and we call this, for you guys at home, we call this being on the island, right? You're the guy on the tape, you're all by yourself. If you stay alive, you're a hero. If you die, you're a villain, right? Because you know if you die in your tape, there's nothing to stop the other guy in front of you from going forward and winning the game. So you've got to do everything you normally have to do, communicate, shoot, move around, keep the guy in front of you from moving, but you cannot die. You've got to really prioritize staying alive.
And it's much more so for Kyle Barry than it is for Ryan Hall, because Ryan Hall's in a low body situation.
Yeah,
you're not typically supposed. Yeah, you're not supposed to win high body situations. Oh, Barry with a beautiful move. He dices up Ryan Hall and has a crossfield angle on Sam Silberg, who tries a desperate tactical retreat. It's not going to work. Beautiful 2-pack to close for Kyle Barry. He's been so good on the attack and on the counterpunch.
ML Kings are right back into this match, Matty. Sometimes those penalties, get the momentum switch to the other team. Other team sees that opportunity and takes that momentum, runs with it, and that's what the Kings are doing here.
So the ML Kings, courtesy of that major at the end, were on a power play. Got a little scary out there for him for a second with the death of Azevedo, but Kyle Barry finishes it off, and now they're only down by 1 with 6:19 to go.
Looks like we're going to have some good matches today. I thought after yesterday we used all our mojo up, but apparently Matt's got some mojo left.
Got all the blessings of the paintball gods yesterday. Yeah, a couple upsets. We only had 3 blowouts yesterday, so that makes it a lot more entertaining to watch when the teams are going back and forth. Okay, AC Diesel and Notorious taking the field again. Both these teams desperately need a win. Notorious is also sitting in 18th place, so they're on the bubble for relegation. We still have double points at Cup and still have a lot of paintball to play today. But if you're Notorious, you do not want to. You can't go through the prelims going and losing every game again. Because then, depending on because you guys already won a game, you're sitting at 1-1. Uprising's at 1-1.
Notorious 4 across the back, 1 in the Doritos. Diesel loses their first attacker snake side, so 4-on-5 advantage for Notorious as ABJ goes from snake corner, snake 1, snake 2. Now inside snake 2. See those Cortez getting a check from the ref, and he's been eliminated. Got caught going across the gap there.
Great kill for Notorious here, Rich.
Yeah, no one on this side. If they can contain Mark Johnson in that small temple snake side, then it's going to be very hard for Diesel to win this point.
Yeah, contain Johnson and let ABJ go to work. So he's clocking in right now. He's past the 50-yard line. He's going to pop the top and look inside. He's going to have a free kill on Snake 1 on the D side. Oh, missed his shot.
Got to make those shots, ABJ. Well, he's just coming back.
It's true. But that's like the 3rd or 4th time I've seen him miss that crossfield shot this weekend.
Yeah.
2 at least.
Yeah.
I think 3.
Oh, taking a walk now is the Notorious player from that Dorito 50. Try to get sneaky over there on the tape. Diesel player caught him down the tape. Notorious player now moving from the temples to the center can. He's going to try to get up to one of the big bricks in the center. Mark Johnson doing surgery on his gun over there trying to get it going. I don't know if it's his hopper or his gun, but he's shaking it, messing with the barrel, trying to get it going because he's got no paint coming out of it. If they can figure out that Mark's gun is down, they can definitely press the advantage on this side. ABJ shooting cross to his cross mirror, the Dorito side, trying to put pressure.
Notorious swarming behind ABJ right now. Magic is doing a good job of staying close to his first attacker. They got caught.
He got caught across the field.
Just as I was saying, that's a bad death for Magic.
But the Diesel player gets shot over there, Matty.
Oh, Mark Johnson has his loader in his hand.
Yeah, I thought he was doing surgery. 2 players left alive for Diesel. 1 player left alive, and he doesn't have a gun. It's Mark Johnson. And Notorious wins this point.
Yeah, the only small error was the death of Magic.
Yeah, but he was doing what you want him to do. He just can't get shot there.
No, everything was right until he got shot in that position.
He was over the top, which you want him to do, right? Yeah. You want eyes up, you want to communicate, you want support, but you just can't die there.
He was talking. He had made the nice fill-in behind ABJ. He was at the exact position he needed to be in, given where Carter was and the numbers and on the close. Just can't die there. But still, that's okay. Look, you're getting paintball. You're going to get shot. And it didn't end up costing him. So, and then I also feel bad for Mark Johnson because he literally had to make that move outside while carrying his loader.
I just watched him. He literally got 5 pieces of his loader in one hand and his gun in the other hand.
He's breech loading 1 ball at a time.
See if the Kings can have another good point here. Infamous started off this match heavy on the gas, but have struggled a little bit this last few points. Giving ML Kings an opportunity to get back in the match.
Well, they need to shake it off, right? They're back at full strength. They got 5 bodies out that they still have a 1-point lead. So get it right back, shoot a body on the break, and they do. So this is Infamous's MO right now. They double up that back center. They've done it almost every single point in this match. But they've also shot a body almost every single point in this match off the break.
Yeah, 5-on-3 advantage here for Infamous off the stellar breakout. They've got 2 snake side, 2 in the middle, 1 D side, 1 middle guy, repositioning D side now. So 2 D side, 2 snake side, 1 at the middle, 5-on-3 advantage. It's going to be pretty easy for Tim Brusselback to go down the snake side with nobody on the side stopping him and win this point. Rodarte filling through the middle into the Hertz bunker. Jonah filling to the corner. Kyle Berry getting caught trying to make a fill outside. 4-on-1 or 5-on-1, yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. Rodarte is playing really well for him right now. He's playing well up the middle. He's being proactive, and he kind of just got back. He played with Heat in AC, so obviously you're not going to get on Houston Heat if you're not a really good paintball player, but people who are new fans might not remember Ryan Rodarte. So it's good to see him back with the boys, and that even in this return, because he wants to stick around. He's
a lot of the guys who had to take some time off of paintball, we're at a very high level, had to take some time off to get personal stuff, whatever, get a job, whatever. They come back and they've got so much more respect for this is all they've been thinking about for the last 10 years. So they got that passion again. They've got all that skill. So once they get the rust knocked off, they're right there.
And he's a great foxhole guy. Smile on his face. You just saw him in the pits right now. He's pumping his boys up. He's keeping that high level of energy. It's when you having a guy like that, having a guy like Tyler Harmon, or every team has one of those guys.
Yeah, just positive energy, right? Yeah, there's a guy named Blizz on the Vegas Brawlers team I coach, and that dude's he's electric. Anytime he comes in the pits, everybody's happy. So good spread from both field, 5 wide. Diesel moved up the center for the first time. A little bit of a different look for them.
So Silos Cortez back on his attack in the snake. No lead to protect for either squads. It's all locked up at 3 with 5:20 to go, but Diesel looking pretty good with this triple stack of bodies. So even though it's 5-on-5, a little bit better field position here with Diesel as they have that wedge in the middle, looking towards the snake side. And then Silos is going to play from snake 2 inside for a little bit. I'd rather have him at snake 3, especially with that body at the wedge, because they protect him inside.
100%.
And Goldman right behind him.
Yeah, very defensive posture here from Diesel, right? Mouse is inside on the cut. They got the wing in the middle trying to shut down the snake.
He is susceptible coming around and getting into snake 3 with the way that the guns are shifted currently here, because now Notorious has gotten 2 bodies in the snake, and they have a player at the back center, that's Bogdan, completely dedicated to shooting this lane.
Look how much pressure they're placing on snake, Matty. Literally 4 guns for Diesel right here, snake side, right? 4 guns snake side, 1 guy completely isolated in that Dorito 3.
But if you're going to dedicate that many bodies, the first guy, the tip of the spear, has to try to make something happen, because eventually somebody might lose a gunfight. Sure enough, it's Kyle Spica. So now with that lane dropped, now it's going to be Notorious who's going to get on the offense. Oh, but Dyer gets clipped. So great zone control here from Diesel.
Yeah, Dyer's got to do a better job staying alive in that key position. Spica got shot in the back from that cross shot from the top Dorito 50.
So Cortez still worried about Bogdan in that back center, who's done a very disciplined job of pumping pressure through this zone to keep Silos Cortez stuck at this spot. And now he's going to come across, and he's actually going to get shot. Yeah, so Bogdan finally was able to get his kill that he'd been waiting on. Here comes Magic. Magic's going to launch, and does he try to one-hand Alex Goldman? He actually was not able to get the shot, but he pushed him up. Yep. He shot Clint Johnson. Now he shoots Alex Goldman. But when Magic came through and was trying to one-hand him, it forced Clint to try to get back into his spot, and he was shot cross field. Then Magic runs down, shoots Goldman. But that was just a beautiful close. A little bit more proactivity from Notorious. Yep. Better survivability, more proactivity, and it worked out for him, and now they take the lead.
Well, and Silos needed to get up that snake. You could tell because Clint Johnson filled from the corner and tried to go past Silos and was like, oh, Silos is already here. Bro, you need to get down that snake.
Well, and
crawl back to snake 1.
And so, we're criticizing Silos because they had 4 bodies this way, and he's the guy that needs to go up. But hats off to Bogdan, because he was not allowing Silos to come. So where you're susceptible from where you can get stuck in Snake 2 is if back center is completely dedicated and just pump and pod after pod through that zone. That you can't come through. You cannot go through. And when he actually finally realized, okay, I have to try to make something happen, Bogdan shot him in the head. So, that was just a really good job for Bogdan, and Silos was just trying to stay alive.
Yep.
He wanted to move up. He couldn't. So off the break, another body drop in. It's going to be for the ML Kings. So Infamous has been shooting a body on the break almost every single point.
And not losing a body, right? So 5-on-4 advantage here for Infamous, which is huge. Rodarte up to center, Maddie. ML Kings releasing to Dorito 3. Again, 5-on-4 advantage for Infamous. Rodarte gets a check, but he's clean. Infamous with 2 players in Brusselback and Hall here, snake side. They've got Harris in front of him, but they shoot Harris out. So 3-on-5 advantage. Now Kyle Berry all by himself. Oh, no, sorry. Azvito all by himself, snake side now, Matt. Rodarte getting shot out of the middle, Maddie. So yeah, 3-on-4.
Yeah, Rodarte either got some bad comms or didn't know there was a body in D1 Snake. But Tim Brusselback, after the couple deaths and some chaos, he's now going to be attacking and gets that kill. I think that was actually Jonah wrapping around that got that kill.
He called it. And that's the point for Infamous. Just 1 player left alive for the Kings. He's on the top side, gets the buzzer.
Back to a 3-point lead here for Infamous.
Infamous looking pretty good.
Yeah, they definitely look pretty good.
That 1 penalty point kind of cost them like 2 points, I felt like. But they seem to be right back at full speed. Diesel now taking the field. It's like Mark Johnson, his brother Clint Johnson.
No relation. So I thought it was father-son.
Father-son, that's right. Father-son. Goldman's getting the spin.
Just kidding, Mark. You don't look that old yet.
I think that's Baginski and Mikowski. Solid line there. Ooh. CeeLo's got some wheels still.
That's BJ.
No, that's BJ.
Yeah, BJ definitely
I was like, that's an athletic guy. BJ spins right out to that corner. Notorious dropping their first and their second, so 5-on-3 advantage for Diesel as Alex Goldman pushes up the snake. Snake 1, snake 2, now in the 50.
Ideal break here for Diesel. High body situation as bodies are flooding off the field for Notorious. Yeah, 5-on-3 still as ABJ is going to go into the snake, but it looks like Goldman's all the way down on their side already. See if ABJ comes around, try to get this count a little bit closer. He just heard the gun. He's thinking about it. So nice inside kill as his head was on a swivel. Goldman's going to come through. He's going to stitch up ABJ, so a 2-pack again as Alex Goldman stacking up some confirmed kills here, doing what he's been doing for a decade plus now. Easy work for Diesel in that one to tie this game back up, 4-4, with 2:53 now on the clock. So no slow points in this first set, Rich?
Nope. No, they're not messing around. Everybody watched the film last night and was like, you know what? Everybody's right. This is a fast field. We should stop trying to stall this and just go, go, go.
Hey, same group, please.
30 seconds.
So it looks like Coach Ryan Gray is going to run that same line again, and that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Yeah, they shot 2 on the break, shot 2 on the inserts, and then caught the last guy. That was a flawless victory. Beautiful day here in Chicago. Blessed to be here.
I feel like teams should bring a couple chairs into the pits because guys come in and you have to take a knee or sit on a table. You know, like right now Goldman is sitting on a table.
Guys, I'm sorry that my friend is so old that he's suggesting that they have lounges.
What's more comfortable?
Now.
Like we want our guys rested, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Goldman shouldn't have to sit on a table.
That's ridiculous. 4-on-5 advantage here again for Infamous. Harris Hussein moving up the center of the field. See if Harris can get crafty up here. Rodarte moving through the middle, trying to get Harris. He's looking for the cross shot, Maddie. Bless you. Good comms from both teams. Infamous makes the snake corner. Harris is going to try to stop the snake insert or the God bunker from going from his bunker into snake 1.
Well, Kings they've taken some decent positions in the middle.
Yeah, but they can capitalize.
But they're down by 3, Rich, with 4 minutes left to go. I don't mind a middle move, but you need also to attack at least one of the sides.
Yeah. And if you're going to do the middle move, it's more of an offensive, proactive move, right? Not just reacting, waiting up there to see what happens.
Or we've only saw this 3 times yesterday, but if you're going to do that middle move and need 3 points in 3 minutes, might as well just commit all the way to their side.
Yeah.
You can go to their brick. You can go to those Hertz towers. Everyone that tried that yesterday made it. Ooh, Harris Hussein.
Got a kill.
And Sam Silberg. And then here comes Rodarte. Oh, man, if Harris had stayed on that lane, Rodarte would have ran. Yeah, he would have been a 2-for-1 trade. But instead, it's Rodarte. So Rodarte comes through. He shoots 2 bodies. Shoots Harris, shoots that outside body on the D side. But then he gets eaten up by Barry.
I think it's a 2-on-1, Maddie. Kyle Barry for ML Kings. And I think it's Tim and Ryan Hall for Infamous.
This is a story we tell often. Kyle Berry's the last player left alive in a low body situation, wheeling and dealing.
Down on bodies, down on position. What will he do? Jonah, I think it's Jonah actually spread all the way from Snake Corner to Dorito 2. Great fill over there. Kyle fills across the field to try to keep him from going forward. Russellback sees the fill. Russellback getting the penalty, gets shot over the top, continues playing. Yeah, that's a bad penalty there. Kyle Berry pulls off a 2-on-1, Matty.
Yeah, got a bit of a gift of the penalty. Russellback frustrated, saying, hey, where am I hit? How did I get that penalty? What's going on here? Shaking his head.
Not seeing the huge hopper hit, I guess. Oh, no, he's saying that he wasn't playing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to listen to see what argument Russellback's coming with here.
He's saying that as soon as he got shot, he just ducked and stopped playing. The refs are pretty quick out here with the flags. There have been some calls. But tough job.
Well, that's a big blessing for the ML Kings as they're still in this match down by 2 with enough time to score 2 points with how fast this field is playing.
Yeah, and if they can just survive the breakout, Matty, they do pretty well in those points where they survive the breakout. But when they feed 1 or 2 bodies early, then it's a quick point for Infamous.
I mean, it's been all Infamous essentially on the breakouts. ML Kings have not been doing a good job of shooting bodies on the break. I think maybe 1 or 2 points they were shooting a body on the break. Whereas it's almost been every point for Infamous.
It's probably the points that Harris is in there shooting people on the break. When they pull Harris, they're not getting any kills on the break. That's what it is. Let's see what Diesel does.
Tied 4-4 with 2:53 to go. Diesel on the red side, Notorious on the blue side. Looks like first body drop's going to be for Diesel.
2 bodies, Matty. 3-on-4 advantage here for Notorious.
Ooh, they lose their attackers on both sides, Rich. Just tucked in the pocket now. It's not looking good for Diesel. Let's see if they can keep containment and try to even this up a little bit here. They dive a body into the snake, and they get Mark Johnson out from that back center, so that's good, but it still is a 5-on-3.
4-on-2, Matty.
Oh, yeah, so Notorious loses a body, Diesel loses another one, and it looks like Coach Ryan Gray has seen enough. So, yeah, I mean, it's tied 4-4. There's 2:21 left. 4-on-2s, very tough to win. I do not disagree with Ryan Gray's
100%. And everything I said about the unity and how well it's going for Diesel might change if they drop to Notorious. Just because, the local beef between the 2 Texas teams. They're probably both taking this match very personally.
Yeah, those regional rivalries are a real thing.
Yeah. They're legit.
Yeah. Houston Heat's Houston Heat, but that's kind of a all-star team assembled in 2012.
Only in name.
From guys all over the place. And anytime I would kind of, grind the dagger in a little bit on a guy like Colt Roberts.
Yeah, best in Texas.
Hey, man, I don't know. Houston Heat's been winning tournaments. This is years and years and years ago when he was mashing on everyone. I'm like, they're probably the best team in Texas. And he'd give me that dagger eyes.
You see the veins bulging in his neck.
And he'd just show me the real Texan on that team. Show me one real Texan. But between X Factor, Fit, Notorious, and Diesel, there's lots of actual Texans on those teams.
Yep.
Well, no, because there's 2.5 minutes.
And they're all real good at paintball.
Yeah.
I still feel like Texas is the mecca right now for paintball. If you wanna come up in your career in paintball, get a real flexible job and move to one of those Texas camps, and you got a good chance.
Yeah, move to San Antonio or Dallas.
Or the Houston Heat training facility in Houston. Just kidding.
There is a field, though. Houston, is it Houston Zone?
Yeah, it's actually a really nice
field. There's a
field.
nice field out there. I haven't been there, but I've been hearing good things.
We went. It was really nice. Yeah.
Weren't you guys there last weekend?
Yeah, not last weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nice field, great people. 2-1-2 from both teams. Rodarte for Infamous at home. Harris for ML Kings. ML Kings drop a body. They don't shoot anybody again, but they do have the snake. 5-on-4 advantage for Infamous. And Infamous is playing big in that D3, Matt. You see how high he is over the top of that bunker? It gives them a great zone inside.
Well, ML Kings need to answer right now. They do not have time to mess around and wait in their spots and shoot crossfield angles. They need 2 to tie, and they got 2 minutes to work with. They have to push into these guns.
Yeah, and Infamous is definitely playing deep ball here, right? They've got the snake looking inside. Everyone's 3 guys in the back. Doritos crossed up. They feel confident that they can just cross up from these 4 positions. And it's going to be very hard for the Kings to push into these guns, especially if Azevedo's not trying. Azevedo's got nobody in front of him, Matt, and he's looking inside instead of outside. That's the no-no, right?
Yeah.
Ryan Hall now fills the corner. Again, nobody on Azevedo. He's got to sense the lack of pressure and react.
The guy that really stops him is the back center, and no one. He's not okay. So now Azevedo's going to crawl up because back center's looking towards that D side, so he's going to make it clean into snake 3. But you know they're kind of playing like they need 1 instead of like they need 2.
Right. Or like they don't know what to do if they need to. Azevedo now doing what he needs to do, getting on their side. If he can trade out with Ryan Hall, that will be a win. But if he can get the cross shot on the D3 and then trade out with Ryan Hall, that's huge.
Well, they still haven't shot anybody yet. Azevedo might be shooting that D3 if he pops up, but then Hall's going to hear the gun and come and trade out.
Oh, he got him. Wow, he made that shot. Now if he can just trade out with Ryan Hall, that's a great point for Azevedo. Great job. Oh, they're not going to give him that kill on the Dorito. Oh, yeah, they did.
I was like, wait, what?
I was like, that's a travesty.
I mean, I'm far away, and I saw that ball break off of Sam's head clear as day.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Yeah, and I thought I was just going to kind of criticize him for shooting too early. I was like, yeah, you should have waited till the target was bigger.
But this is what I'm talking about here. So there's 40 seconds left, and yeah, it's 3-on-3, but they're in position to maybe win this 1 point, but they're not giving themselves enough time. Now
they're not even trying to win this point.
They may be thinking about spread.
Margin, yeah.
But the situation, well, the ML Kings did beat Fit yesterday, so they're sitting 1-1. So that I guess it's got to be a spread thing. Hey, we're going to lose this game, but let's just lose by 1.
No, because they're trying to win it now, Matt. They just literally didn't, I don't think, knew the situation or what to do in the situation.
No, they got some smart guys on that team. I think it might be a spread issue.
Infamous, 1 left alive. See if he figures it out and can go get this point. Is that Joe Barrett? Joe Barrett's always alive out there, baby.
Well, Infamous going to be taking a 2-point victory here. And they're going to go 2-1. Definitely still Sunday opportunity for Infamous. Has been a bit of a frustrating year for one of these legendary teams out here. It's been a while since Infamous has won a tournament. 7th at the first event, dead last in Texas, and then 8th at the last one. And even though they had a really close game in the wild card round in Atlantic City, and Jonah Jamrose put the team on as well. He did get an assist from Patient. Patient shot an outside body. Jonah shoots the D-side body. Jonah runs through, shoots 2, gets that 3-pack to close with 26 seconds left, and that punched him into the top 8.
No penalties,
But still alive here. Infamous's last game will be against PB Fit. And Fit went 1-1 yesterday. They're about to play Aftershock in our next set.
I heard they're changing the name of PB Fit.
So what?
Dragon Slayers.
they are undefeated against Dynasty this year, 2-0.
The fact that they're not making Dragon Slayer t-shirts is ridiculous. They would sell out of those things.
So 2 minutes left to go. AC Diesel only down by 1. They have to win this game to have a chance in this tournament, because if they lose this game, they'll go 0-3.
Yeah, ABJ just on the snake insert cut. Snake 2 inside, just on that cut, just pump and paint. So Notorious is going to try to sit on their 1-point lead here. They're just going to try to cross up the field, force Diesel to come into the guns. Oh, big athletic fill from back center into the snake corner. Gets out there live. That was a great fill. I think that was Spica. Man, well, this is a powerful lineup over here. Spica, Goldman, and Silos Cortez. Diesel lose their first attacker D-side, Matty, so 4-on-5 advantage for Notorious. Diesel with 3 players snake side, 1 player D-side. Oh, Notorious gets a bad penalty, not a bad penalty, but a penalty at a bad time in the game. So now,
yeah, that's still a bad penalty.
Yeah, I didn't see it, so I didn't want to.
I didn't see it either. But if you're getting a penalty, it maybe was
a bad timing for sure.
Yeah, but a bad time for sure, because now it's a 4-on-3 in favor of Diesel, and they have 1 minute and 8 seconds to figure this out, march down the field, and tie this game. But if that penalty didn't happen, man, that's an uphill climb for Diesel. Ooh, caught a bouncer.
Takes a bounce. Wow. Oh, they lose Mouse in the center. Or is that Clint Johnson? That's Clint Johnson. Sorry, Mouse is still in the snake, too.
Well, here comes Silos Cortez. Is going to come through. Oh, Notorious got to be careful not to get a spinning penalty.
Yeah, Diesel's going to get a hot one. Yeah,
Diesel?
Yeah, that was a mental error there for Silos Cortez. Got the first guy.
I was watching the angle on what people at home were seeing, and based on the first death that came from Notorious, I thought they might be giving the major to Notorious, because he kind of
maybe they did.
He kind of spun a little bit as well too.
My eyes immediately went to the second guy.
I didn't see where Silos got hit, because the penalty for sure looked like they were about to call on Diesel, and they stop it, right? But just from what I was watching on what everyone at home was seeing, that first body, again, I'd have to see a replay to really figure it out. But it looked like he definitely got shot and raised his gun up, and I couldn't see where Silos got shot.
Or if he shot him or the other guy.
Exactly, yeah. Because the other guy could have shot Silos first, and then he went, and then they looked at Silos.
I was just going body language. I saw when the flag went up that the ref kind of looked towards the Diesel side of the field to see if there was anyone to pull. But honestly, I was, both of us are out of position. So see what the refs say. Either way, heck of a match, huh?
Absolutely. Another really close one. Unfortunately, didn't go Diesel's way, it looks like. Jason, our commissioner, will review that to make sure that the call was correct.
Was that tie?
Base.
Yes, so, the point was approved.
For Notorious?
I don't
or
know.
Diesel?
I just heard the point approved from the scoreboard. Didn't get any information.
Scoreboard says 6-4 Notorious. So I'm guessing that was a Diesel penalty with 38 seconds left in the match, Matt.
Yeah. But with that many seconds left, they're still going to play another point.
Yeah, they're definitely going to play another point, but I think Notorious is going to win this match against AC Diesel. And Diesel didn't look bad this match, but they didn't look as good as they did yesterday, I guess.
You know what I'm noticing is that Diesel has offense, but they're not shooting a lot of bodies on the break. You notice that?
They don't win the breakouts, and their mid-game's a little bit weak.
And they're still kind of not linked together on the attack. The top teams, the teams that are constantly on Sundays, they're going in bunches, and they're getting their ones and their twos linked up. AC Diesel is still a little bit too individual.
Like real talented individuals instead of a very talented team.
And it's good enough, at least in these games we've seen, that they're keeping it really close and they're in the fight.
Yep.
But they're just not stacking up enough points. It's just a little disjointed on the attack. They're not winning the breaks enough.
Hopefully, though, this has been the best event they've had so far. I mean, my opinion, right? How well they look on the field.
If they show up and win World Cup, which is a big ask based on what they've done for the past 2 seasons, but if they show up and win World Cup, then they're singing, totally, that will completely turn everything around.
The one thing I can say is if that talented group of players stays together and if Mark Johnson continues to fund them, eventually that's going to be a winning team, right? That's just math, Matt. It's just math. There's too many good players on that team. It takes a while to form a team, right, with a group of guys. But when those guys can start gelling and playing well together and they find out whatever their little niche is that they need, they're going to be one of those top teams.
I tell you what, now that the pressure's off, if they do lose this game, I don't want to be Aftermath. So you got to play Diesel with them sitting at 0-3, knowing they're not going to make it.
Mark Johnson.
The pressure's off, and all of a sudden you're just going to see a flood of bodies running at you.
Marky Sr. is going to be giving Mark Johnson a big hard time over who the worst team in Texas is.
Yeah.
Why not us? Why not us?
Well, apparently, new captain Marky Franz Jr.'s speech worked then.
Yeah, obviously. So I'm guessing they're reviewing a penalty. I see 4 bodies for Diesel on the field, so it's possible Diesel will be starting with 4.
Well, they have to review that one, right? It's a major under 60 seconds. It has big implications. Because if Jason reviews it and thinks, oh, actually that should have been on Notorious, or that should be a minor, that does change a lot of things here. Now, but if this doesn't go Diesel's way, and if the major's not on Notorious, well, then it's going to be tough because they barely have any time left. They're down by 2. They're going to try the flood down the field, but...
I was going to say, even if they start with 5, they're down a point, so winning a 38-second point for anybody is a challenge, right?
It's not impossible, but... Winning 2 and
everything's
38
got to go your way.
The 2 and 38 seconds is almost impossible.
That is impossible. And I know paintball. I've never been wrong on that kind of thing.
But if it was a major on Notorious, which, again, I have no idea, but if it was, just painting a different picture, then it would be a swing point for Diesel, be tied right now.
For sure. But then the scoreboard would have Diesel have 1. Almost 100% it was on Notorious. Just because they immediately gave...
100% on
Diesel, sorry, because they gave Notorious the point. And Diesel does have 5 on the box, but one of those players has got no pods and he's just talking to everybody. So I wouldn't be surprised if I start with 4. Uh-oh. Two guys. No, just 1. Yep. So I think it'll be 4 on 5. Notorious advantage, and Notorious is just going to go outside, try to get outside, cross up the field, and stay alive for 38 seconds. The video must not be very conclusive. Otherwise, I feel like we'd already jumped into this.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just from what I saw on the feed that everyone was watching at home, again, I couldn't see when Silos got shot. So I'm wondering if Jason has that angle. But the first body for Notorious seemed to potentially spin a bit.
He spins.
Yes. So here's spin.
I don't see him shoot him or anything. I have nothing to overturn him.
Nothing to overturn.
Okay, nothing to overturn.
Draws the gun away from him. Gets shot in the calf. Your guy spins on him, shoots him.
So Coach Ryan Gray was over there with Jason during that review. So frustrating turn of events here for AC Diesel again.
Yep, Diesel started with 4.
You went around the first time, you completely missed it.
Okay, so he missed him. So the spin that I thought I saw from Notorious, he spun because he didn't get shot.
Right.
So that
makes perfect sense.
Everything makes sense now. Everything makes sense.
It's all perspective, guys. Good break for Notorious, bad break for Diesel.
Also tough for Silos. You get picked up from your new squad, and you get the major that cost the team. Now, in Silos' defense, he played pretty good tournament through 3 games. He was getting, he was doing a lot of work out.
And like we talk about, when you're down a point and the time is short, if you have to get a penalty, that's when you do it, right? Not when you're up by 3 points and you're just kind of holding your lead.
And it's a tough break, but
he's trying to force that move.
He had to.
Yeah,
he
that's
had
what I'm
to
saying.
try to make something happen.
A tiny little error mentally, right? Should have just got the first guy and let it go. But you can't really blame him. You blame him more for sitting in the back of the snake and not trying to go get that trade.
Yeah.
Got the first guy. Looked like he got the first guy clean. I guess he didn't get the first guy clean, but it looked like he got the first guy clean and went for the second. Hopefully we can get some time back up on this clock and start this match. I really like the review, the ability to review. I just don't like the way it stops the game.
Got to get it right, though, man.
Yeah, 100%. It's just momentum-wise.
Years ago, we didn't have a review. We didn't have any of
Really?
this stuff. Yeah, there was no
crazy.
No review. We didn't have any of that.
Huh.
You're going to go up the middle. Get down.
Yeah, like remember when we were playing and there was no webcast, and then they just called the penalties and it just was what it was?
Listen, I would have never played paintball if there wasn't a webcast. If I'm not on film, then I'm wasting my time. Exactly what you would expect from Diesel. Mark Johnson ripping right through the middle. Hasn't got anybody yet, but looks amazing. Mouse going right down the snake.
Here comes Rodriguez. He's going to launch Rich. Just 26 seconds left to go. So Diesel definitely attempting to help their margin out.
I love it.
But they're getting chewed up on the attack. Is Rodriguez still alive, though?
Yeah, I think it's a 2-on-2.
Here comes Rodriguez. Is going to get all the way through. Gets torched at the buzzer, though.
One-on-one, but Spica's going to get it because they don't see him.
Well, here comes the counterattack as Ty Bateman's going to hit the afterburners to try to keep their get their spread even better, but not going to get there in time. Needed a little bit more. A couple more seconds left on the clock. Oh, no, Spica went in and hit it.
Yeah, Spica looks fast,
I was
man.
watching Bateman.
I was watching Spica. That's what I was thinking. I was like, no one sees Spica. Good job, Spica.
Well,
nice move. And he's sick.
That's one of the fastest points we've seen out here. Yeah, so Spica been dealing with he's been sick for the past week. He's on antibiotics right now. Low energy, but still was getting it done this weekend as much as he could. Frustrating loss, though, for AC Diesel. So 4 seconds are going to burn that off, I'm guessing.
Yeah, refs are coming in.
Yeah, that's going to do it. So congratulations to Notorious and Infamous here in this set, but stick around. It's going to be Impact taking on Aftermath and Aftershock taking on PB Fit here at the 2024 Major League Paintball Windy City Major. I'm Matty Marshall. See you in just a few.
Being able to watch you guys, and honestly, we don't know who's going to win. Everybody has an opportunity, and I think that's what makes paintball so amazing.
We're at the legendary SC Village. We got the duel, the finale, the grand finale, and we got the best of the best throwing down here for $10,000. Ton of money and prizes being given out to see who's going to be the best gunfighter in the United States.
They're actually going to have to battle best 2 out of 3 for the first round. They're going to play 20-minute match. There's going to be a race to 10. There's 20 seconds between each point. The 4 will be eliminated, and then we'll have our top 4. Because Caputo was the first one to be entered into this next round, you can choose your destiny. So whoever he chooses, he'll play, and then the 2 remaining will play each other.
Tommy.
So you guys will play first, and then you guys will play next. So at this point, whoever wins will go to first and second, then we'll play for third and fourth.
contestants, ladies and gentlemen. Top 4 contestants. Here we go. Grand finale, number 1. For Macy's. Let's go.
Seconds. 20 seconds. Minutes, 30 seconds in the game clock. Five seconds. Minutes, 45 seconds. Minutes on the game clock. Referee, point to third. Green League 3, Caputo 6, timeout, Green League.
You're out playing him for sure. He's playing slow. He's not doing much. Right, he's just fucking sitting back there. I mean, you're making the moves. Good. Good is good. Let's go. 2 clips.
30 seconds.
Hey, it's a ball game, Tommy. Let's go. Down by 1. It's a fucking battle. This is why you grind, all right? Let's fucking go. Take a deep breath.
Slam dunk. Score 8-8. Timeout, Caputo.
5 on the clock. Win this is all ours, right?
Seconds.
Who got my gun? There's 2 guns right here.
Seconds. Seconds. 5 seconds. Seconds. Game over. Game over. Time. Tommy Greenleaf 9, Caputo 8. Game over.
Let's fucking go, Tommy. Hey.
Take this. Tell me to take this, please.
Hey, my fucking man. My man. Let's go.
Hey, let's get this back off.
Yeah. Hey, strip it down. Let's get him a water. Let's go.
Seconds. Referee's point confirmed. Newsom on the board. 20 seconds. On the game clock. Newsom 2, Johnson 0. Newsom 3, Johnson 0. 18 minutes on the game clock, 20 seconds.
Yeah, dominance in the beginning there. That's your time if you want to make a move when you own them.
Johnson on the board. Minutes, 30 seconds on the game clock. On the game clock. Timeout, Johnson.
If he's playing that top like that, you have a good low shot. Hit him with the low shot.
Yeah, like down in here, right? This area. Got it. Right.
9 minutes, 30 seconds on the game time. 10 seconds.
Welcome back. 2024 Major League Paintball Windy City. Major 4 stop on the tour this season. And Matty Marshall Blessed to have Joey Blute, coach of one of the best teams ever, Tampa Bay Damage. He looked phenomenal yesterday, and they'll be playing later this afternoon. Also coach of New York Extreme Paintball legend Rich Telford. To help us call the set, it's going to be Edmonton Impact taking on Aftermath, and Aftershock taking on PB Fit. Aftermath also looked great yesterday. They had a scrap against Diesel, but then showed up against Notorious and had a solid win there. Aftermath 1-1, so they're still potentially in this tournament. They're here on your screen. Going to be starting from the blue side, Impact on the red side. Joey, what do you think? Impact, Aftermath?
I mean, if you're playing the numbers, you got to go Impact, but Aftermath is definitely a scrappy team that could pull some stuff off on these guys. I think it's going to be depend how they come out on this first couple points. If they come out hot, then I think Impact will run away with this, same as X Factor did against them. But I think if Aftermath can put up a fight on these first 2 points, I think you're going to see a really good match.
Awesome. That's what we're looking for. That's perfect.
Rich, what do you think? What does Aftermath need to do to beat Impact?
There's 2 things you need to do. You need to win the breakout, and you need to win the snake battle. If you can win those 2 things against Impact or against any team out here, then you have a really good chance of winning more points than you lose in this field.
Yeah.
People make this field way too difficult, right? This is a gift, right? This is the simplest field we've played in a long, long time. Lots of opportunities, but pretty basic.
Paintball in general is basic. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, so we have Laval mic'd up, and we also have a mic in the pit or in the start station. Let's listen in real quick.
Actually, I can run underneath you and pull my gun. Yeah, fine. If I think if anything, just overstep it. Yeah, I'm gonna overstep it. Yeah.
Hey, just remember, I'm blue here.
Okay.
You guys are eyes on red.
Your eyes on red. Yep. Okay.
Come on, boys.
500. Loose 2 100, 500. Let's get the banana card going. Let's get the discos, the company.
We got Justin Cornell and Mike Zuka, who will be attacking the snake. Laval will start shooting off the break and then filter, depending on who they shoot on the break, probably. So either go towards that snake or go towards the D-side snake. Cornell was great yesterday. He was winning low body situations. Definitely become a dominant go-to starter for Impact throughout the years.
Hey,
I love having that mic on the box and listening to those guys, their last-minute adjustments before the break, kind of reminding each other the priorities. Yeah. Very important step of paintball.
It's info, it's any potential audible, and then motivation. I mean, you said, JC, let's go, boys. Even the best in the business, you want to hear that every now and then. Jumping into point number 1 here. Are we going to see another 5-on-5 break? And it looks like Impact taking a little bit of ground outside wide. No forward commitments yet, though, but it is going to be a 4-on-4.
Aftermath first in the snake mat. So kind of tied up on the breakout. Impact filling to the drill side with 2 bodies.
I'd almost lean towards Aftermath winning that breakout by shooting that corner guy, and they get the snake. Yeah. So now you bottled Aftermath in on the snake side. If this snake guy plays it right, he should be able to get to work and do some damage to these guys.
Yeah, and if they can contain Nick Laval now in that snake insert, or whoever's in that snake insert, keep him out of the snake. That's a big advantage.
Oh, but a penalty going to be assessed here on Aftermath. That's going to pull out their snake side. So they still have a body over here, but he's on an island now as Cornell has got to the 50-yard line in the D-side snake. He's got a body right behind him as a little bit of a counterattack here in this low body moment for Aftermath's not going to work out. Didn't even shoot Brandon Cornell.
Snake guy's last guy.
Yeah, Aftermath gave that point away, and those are the points that are very dangerous when you're coached by Mike Hinman. Because when you throw a point away...
They're not coached by Hinman.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Lucky for them.
But they are coached by Wayne, and
Wayne doesn't like it either.
Wayne get loose.
Wayne doesn't like... Yeah, they had all the spots, right? Even on bodies, and they shot JC out. So, like, hey, you take out their best snake attacker. Gives you advantage. They won the breakout. They won the beginning of the snake battle. Just didn't win it at the end.
Joey, just a heads up for this afternoon. The penalty flags are flying out here today.
Yeah, I've been out here for the first
fast and loose.
Oh, listen, you're going to cheat, you get caught, you deserve a flag. I mean, these refs out here do a really good job, and it's one of the hardest jobs that I've ever seen. So I never blame the refs, ever. I mean, if we lose a 1-0 game on a ref call, then I'd probably blame the refs, but if it's anything else, just don't lose the other points.
You know, I'll actually back you up on that statement, Joe. We've known each other for a long time now, and we have lots of long conversations about things, and I can't remember the last time you're like, oh, yeah, refs totally screwed us in that one. I can't believe that bad call. That's typically you're kind of holding your guys accountable on losses.
Have to be. You're going to be a winner.
Because you can't control what the refs do, right? You can only control what you do. So own what you do.
So jumping into this first point here, and a terrible break right now for Aftershock. So PB Fit yesterday, they were doing well when they were shooting bodies on the break and struggling when they were not. They started out this one with 2 kills on the break. It's a 5-on-3 situation for Fit as they're going to crawl here into the snake. They're going to be shooting A-Rod as well, too. So 2 bodies stuck on that D side here for Shock. It is not looking good for Shock in this first point.
Advantage for Fit. And if you want to shoot out 2 Shock guys, it's probably LJ Parrish and Corey Hall, right? So not only did they shoot 2, but they got the right 2.
I will tell you yesterday, Chavez was on another level in that Dynasty game. That dude was getting...
He moved really well over there, yeah.
He's definitely grasped this pro paintball.
Yeah, and with
you hear that? That means Joey's shopping and looking, so you better protect that guy.
Oh, he's been on Joey's radar. But the thing with Fit is they just beat Dynasty yesterday, and they played Dynasty twice this year, and they're undefeated against Dynasty.
Dragon Slayers.
And so when you come off a win against the best team ever to play the game, with I'd say 58 wins now worldwide in the past 22 years, it gives you a lot of confidence. And then now they have to match up against Shock, who's been having a pretty good season in their first year back with that finals appearance against Red Legion in Atlantic City. So, yeah, they're coming in a little confident right now, and I like that.
3,
Ooh.
2.
Chong barely gets to the... So Cody Chong barely gets there in time, but gets there in time to start out fine. And they're going to be shooting body. 2 bodies come off for Infamous right now.
4 on 3.
Yeah, 4.
Advantage here for Aftermath.
Yeah, as Aftermath does lose that top side Dorito.
He's on their side of the box. He's about to blow Urena
I think he
up.
just shot Urena.
Yeah, he's about to get shot in the back from the other side, though. So, yeah, so David takes the walk. As I like the attack up the middle, but they had no control over there on the D side. Actually, now they shoot out Tyler. And they're about to, a little collision here as Mike Urena much bigger than Castro. So he didn't give an inch.
That's Aftermath's point.
Aftermath, wow, good point.
2 bodies live.
Aftermath coming with the fire here in point number 2 to tie this game up with a ton of time left as 15 minutes in regulation.
That's one of those points where I couldn't keep up. There's so much going on all sides. I was like, I don't know what's going on. There's too much going on.
This field's been fun to watch, man. This has been an exciting field.
It's hard to commentate on, but fun to watch.
Probably my favorite field that I've seen in the past couple seasons. I mean, Jason's been doing a really good job. They're mostly all really entertaining, but some slightly more than others. This one's been really fun.
So while you guys are up here, can we use your big brain? So why is this field so entertaining so we can build more fields that are entertaining, guys?
Just there's a lot of options for offense. So there's 2 separate stories of offensive threats. D side has a snake, and we have the standard snake side. Both sides have been proficient on the attack. And then with how creative these snake players have to get, they're bunkering each other, they're trading out. What are the 2s going to do to filter in? There's lots of deaths on the break. So multiple components of the narrative and the story, and lots of action equals entertainment.
Yeah, in short, not geek speak, they basically made it so you can't hide in the back. You have to go forward.
Well, now we know.
If you're going to hold, you have to hold from the front. So
100%. You have to get real estate to hold on this field. Both teams snake on the break.
Sure he's dead. Yeah,
Shock loses their first player in LJ Parrish.
He's getting hunted over here.
Yeah.
That guy's being hunted down. Let's see if he's got anything on him.
Oh, another body coming off. It's Corey Hall taking the walk. So 2 points in a row as Fit has been dominant, shooting these bodies on the break on the snake side.
And that was the one weak spot on Fit yesterday is that small temple. Johnson was getting caught in the top of that temple quite a bit.
That's Mason.
Oh, Mason, sorry.
That was a bad death. Chavez just retreated back.
4 on 3 advantage here for Fit.
Fit's in the snake, though, and they're past that snake, too. Once you get past that snake, too, you can get a little loose in there.
And he's going to get a shot on that center cannon. The guy, if for Shock doesn't get out of that cannon, he's going to get caught in the pack.
Yeah, so Stewart's in a real good position right now. Doesn't have anyone behind him, though, so he does have to be a little careful, and they have a lead to protect. He's going to go up the 50. The angles get a lot better on that D side once you're where Stewart currently is.
I honestly think the protect is the go. Like, I don't think you can protect on this field without
No, you can't.
Yeah.
The protection is the offense.
Yeah. When he comes up here, if Parrish isn't real careful, he's going to get his wig split. Parrish is in the Dorito 3 right now. And if Parrish doesn't look and he starts rapping, he's got a good chance of shooting that can out.
I thought Parrish was snake on the break and got shot.
Was he?
Yeah, I thought
so. Parrish was playing the other side. Who's over there?
I think Hosky's playing over there.
Oh, Hosky then.
I can't see him, so I'm just guessing. Sorry.
You're right.
Oh, and Stewart did not miss his shot as soon as
Hosky.
Yeah, Hosky tried to head check this way, and Stewart very accurate, able to get that kill.
Stewart should use that little nipple on the top of that wedge to shoot that can.
Yep. And now A-Rod's going to try to run him. Yeah, A-Rod's going to get him.
Oh, Stewart, if he had kept his gun up, would have traded with A-Rod. So A-Rod trying to launch a counterattack here.
3 on 1 here for Paintball Fit as A-Rod's caught in the middle of 3 players for Fit.
He just got shot.
Tough spot to be in. Grace. Man, Fit looks real good. When Fit wins the breakout, they're pretty nice.
Well, even their first match, they lost, but they lost in overtime on the first match, right? Like, they were early in the day. They hadn't got a chance to watch anything. So the way you play after you get a full day of playing and then coming back and looking at what you did, what was successful, what wasn't, making the adjustments, I expect them to be stronger today than they were yesterday, and they were strong yesterday. You know, they lost the one game by 1 point in overtime, so you really can't say even the loss was not really a bad loss.
Right.
I mean, if they got blown out, that would be a whole other story.
Yeah, but the one thing they weren't doing that they normally do in the points they were losing in that close game was winning the breakouts. Yeah. You know, so those
are the adjustments that Joe's talking about.
Right. Yeah, that's the adjustments they made last night, I guarantee, because they've shot at least one body.
They made it before the Dynasty match.
Yeah, Yeah. Well, they've improved on it, though, because they were shooting 1 to 2. They shot 2 the first and 1 the second, so their guns are on. Are we going to this Impact one?
Yeah, tie game right now with 13-12 to go, and looks like Impact going offensive-minded with an aggressive breakout.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Cornell top side, D-side snake. He's going into D-side snake, too, to get Laval up the middle.
We call that the grill.
Yeah, the grill all the way.
Yeah, Krill played there a lot yesterday.
Yep. I figured today there'd be a lot more
really
people
well.
there. Yeah. Based off what he did, I was like, people are going to watch that and try that today, guaranteed.
But when you go low like that, you can't really block that shot, right? You got to stand
shot
up
him.
high. Wow. Oh, he did on the first cut, yeah.
Yep.
500!
Calls the kill, 500. That's the signal for JC to go forward. Snake side for Impact.
Yeah, good comms from Nick Laval. We have him mic'd up as JC, Justin Cornell right beside him. Ooh, they're going to be losing Zupa behind Cornell, though.
That's a bad death.
Yeah.
They do shoot Morothi.
4-on-2 advantage for Impact. 4-on-3, sorry.
Corner snake.
Yeah, D1 snake corner and the wing in the D-side snake. So 3-on-4 advantage for Impact. JC going to Aftermath side of the field and snake.
Looks like they're going to get the crossfield kill on the D1
Laval just
snake
shot him
for
too.
Aftermath. Yeah, so now just 2 bodies left alive for Aftermath, and they're stuck in those back corner bunkers looking at 4 bodies for Impact with a lot of real estate.
Yeah, Laval's using that bunker really, really well. Gets 1 kill on this side, switches his gun that way, gets another kill, communicating, keeping the corner from going forward now. Like the way Laval's playing that spot.
I say less than 40 seconds, JC runs the corner down if he's still there. Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't need to run down now as there's just that 1 body in D1 here for Aftermath. So very solid control here for Impact. They went an aggressive game plan. They shot some bodies early. Really no mistakes other than the death of Zupa. I mean, he was the only body that died.
Maybe you guys can explain something to me. What is it with this last thing where there's one guy left like in a corner like that and he knows he's a 1-on-4, 1-on-3, and he tries to run?
He tries to run forward.
Is that something new that it's like a new meta in paintball or something?
I want to get out of this point as quickly as I possibly can because I feel super uncomfortable. So I'm just going to launch into the guns and leave the field.
Or I don't want to get bunkered. I'd rather get shot from
Whatever it
30
is,
feet away instead of 3 feet.
Whatever it is, it's super beta.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, stay there.
You got to come get me.
Like, make the coach blow the horn,
You gotta dig me out, yeah.
or shoot the guy, or shoot a guy. At least put something on somebody. But to me, that's like throwing up the flag, dude. You're surrendering.
It's exactly what it is.
And I see it more and more, and I'm just like, I don't understand this. Why are they doing this?
I think it's because guys have pulled off crazy stuff going offense in a defensive situation, but in that moment, it's not going to work.
You're a numbers guy. I guarantee the numbers are low on that.
Oh, no, I'm with you on it. I like offense in a defensive position, but not when it's 1-on-4.
Right.
Let's see what Shock can do now that they.
Parrish.
Just going to say 5 alive, but Parrish gets caught in that snake insert. They did bounce Colt in the back center on the leg, but lucky bounce there. 4-on-5 advantage for Fit.
Good fill.
Yep.
Yeah, good position here currently for Fit again in the snake as they're winning this snake battle.
Yeah, they're winning the real estate battle. They're taking more real estate, and they're winning body battle, right?
Yep.
So they're up on position and bodies every freaking point.
Corey just died out of the corner. I think they traded.
Yeah, he traded. Or 3-on-4.
Here comes A-Rod. He's going to get loose. He's going to get shot, though.
Oh.
Nope, he didn't get shot.
And
he's way alive.
That guy didn't have his gun inside.
And he just shot the corner. Shot Chavez.
Yeah, 2-pack right now for Alex Rodriguez on the attack. Shot out Stewart. Gets that kill on Chavez. Ooh, they let Phil back to D1, though.
A-Rod just got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colt blows up A-Rod as A-Rod popped the top from that wedge.
He made it a game, though. Now it's a 2-on-2.
2-on-2, yeah. Great play there from A-Rod, getting a couple bodies and really changing this point.
Because that was definitely a loss for them at that point.
Yeah, if A-Rod didn't make that move, this point probably would have been over. Stewart stayed alive in that snake.
TK, Thomas Kim makes a good fill from the Drill side over to Snake side, gets a kill on Lockout. Now it's a 2-on-1 advantage for Aftershock. First opportunity for them to score a point in this match. First 2 points were all Fit.
That was a really good shot if he hit him. It looked like he did. He did. Really good shot.
Hosky, bad death there. That's how you lose a 2-on-1 is you play 2 individual 1-on-1s instead of having both of your players playing together. Hosky and Thomas Kim were not communicating. They were not working together. And now Kim's at a big disadvantage because Fit's up by 2 points. He's in that corner, so all he's got to do is guard his base. They've both lost each other, right?
Yeah.
But Fit doesn't have to find him. He just has to guard the base.
Rich, Thomas Kim is a great one-on-one player.
He's a ninja, too. Like, you pull that mask off, he's wearing a ninja mask. He's very sneaky out there.
Well, but I think you're right, though. They've lost each other, and I'm wondering if, at this point, they should know the count. They should understand that it's a 1-on-1, but Thomas keeps checking off on the snake side. It's so easy to lose bodies over here.
Well, we've seen countless players out there in 2-on-1s and 1-on-1s looking at the other tape, not knowing that there wasn't another body, so it's easy to believe that he's lost a body or thinks there's an extra body. But again, with Fit being up on score and in that corner, he can just kind of sit there and wait for Thomas to give away his position.
Lots of time for both these guys to work with here. It's 10:27 still on the clock here in point number 3. And Thomas is going to figure this out that it is officially a one-on-one here shortly. And then for Fit, I can't see who that body is left alive for Fit, but
I think that's Cyrus.
Yeah, so he's in D1, and like you guys were talking about, so they have a 2-point lead, and he's by his buzzer. So advantage definitely goes to him because Thomas has to go forward.
Yep. Oh, what is he doing? I think he might have picked him up. Nope, he didn't pick him up.
Wow, that's a huge... Oh.
He just picked him up now. So now they know where they are.
He should have stayed, but that was a great move.
Yeah, and Thomas is not quite tall enough to play over the top of that brick.
Yeah, once he hits puberty and he grows to full size, he'll be fine. But
ninjas don't grow full size.
That's right. That's why they're ninjas. Cyrus, no problem looking at that brick. And they're both in those bricks, and those bricks are super hard to gunfight with against because there's so much real estate, right? And you can lose the other guy when you switch from left to right.
Yeah, but if that is Cyrus, he's tall enough to play over that spot.
Yep.
Thomas
Yeah,
is
that's
not.
one smart thing about Thomas, though. What he just did by putting that Hertz bunker in between him is the over the top doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah, you negate the top.
Dodge that one.
And Thomas, a little more sense of urgency on Thomas Kim, right? He's got to win this where Fit just has to not lose it.
Yep.
Yeah, but all his next moves are to bunkers that are also big that he can't play over the top
And with
of.
big, huge gaps, right?
Yeah, so this isn't, he's kind of trapped in here. It's not an ideal situation here for Thomas Kim.
But he's got to, he's got to do what he's doing and force the envelope, right? Kind of get wider until he can start making some moves towards his buzzer.
That was the safest move he could have made right
Yeah,
there.
Absolutely. The retreat back.
I think he's going to
get in the snake, honestly.
He's going to come across.
Now he's putting pressure back in, trying to find Cyrus. Cyrus now repositions.
Oh, that was super close.
That was close.
I heard a thwack.
It was off the bungee cord.
Okay.
I actually saw it hit the bungee.
Definitely had that I got hit sound.
Uh-oh, he's lost him.
Oh,
and
nice job.
Thomas Kim. So he just lost Thomas. Thomas did not miss. He had to connect on that shot, and he did. So Thomas Kim puts the team on his back. And to make this a match, it's going to be a 1-point game here. PB Fit 2, Shock 1. They're burning a bit of that clock off in this one-on-one battle. 8:32 to go.
Yeah, Cyrus stays in the corner. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, 100%. But Cyrus wasn't a 2-on-1.
And he's also new to the pros.
Shoots one of the guys and then made that one-on-one as long as he possibly could, right? He could have made it longer by staying in the corner, but as long as he was able to.
I think it's a situationally aware thing, knowing what you're doing out there in those situations every single time, playing like it's Sunday every single time. Because if he's playing like it's Sunday, he sits in the corner and just waits on the buzzer.
And I think as a coach, you tell him, hey, 99% of a great point, right? Just one little...
Know the situation a little better.
One little change. I'd just rather have you stay in that corner.
And also, not only are you close to your buzzer you have to protect, but you have 3 Doritos to work with. That's a great one-on-one gunfighting position.
And you can just keep pivoting off those Doritos.
Back and forth, back and forth. That's ideal.
Yeah. Can't be mad at him, but you can't be happy with him. One of those, good job, but you suck.
Impact with 2 at home. Aftermath going with the standard 2-1-2, losing their first attacker out of the back center. So 5-on-4 advantage for Impact.
Yep, 5-on-3. They lost attacker on the Dorito side and a home guy.
5-on-3 as Impact floods the D side, but loses their first attacker D side. So 4-on-3 advantage now for Impact. Impact with 2 Snake, 2 Ds. Aftermath with 1 on the D side, 1 in the Snake, and 1 in the Snake Temple. JC looking to go forward for Impact. Good comms. They're calling 44, so they might not know the body count.
They're mirrored up in the Snake. Both teams with the body at Snake 2. Both teams actually wrapping around here and shooting that inside lane.
JC's the first one to go up.
Yeah, JC's hunting Snake side.
And here comes the commitment from Castro. Castro's going to run down JC.
Oh, I love that.
He didn't stay alive. He got a pack shot, though, as he dove in. Almost made it in clean.
Yeah, I like it. You know, if he's in clean, that's just a bonus, but you get JC out the field, that's a win. So 2-on-3 advantage here now for Impact. Impact drops the guy on the Rio side, though.
Cornell's hit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Cornell's hit. He was hit before.
He stayed in for a long time. So 2-on-1 Impact advantage.
They don't know where he's at, though.
No, Impact's got Snake corner, Dorito 3. Looks like Zupa's over here hunting on the Snake side.
They just called Snake.
Yep.
So Zupa knows there's a body in there with him if he heard the call cross field. It was Jordan that went and traded out with Brandon Cornell. See if Zupa can find this body. Zupa's going to commit and catches him. Did they trade?
Yes.
Looks like they did. Major penalty going to be assessed here on Aftermath.
Ouch.
No bodies.
Wayne's not going to like that.
That's going to be down, what, 2?
Yep. No body to pull. So that's really going to help out Impact here in their quest to beat Aftermath, because Aftermath, with a major penalty, 2 bodies will be pulled off. If there are no bodies to pull, the penalty carries over to the next point. So Impact will be on a power play. We're in the pits right now. There's Mike Zupa. Just made that run through to draw that penalty. Let's listen in real quick.
up to Dalton with a can, and I was like, fuck, I can't double with him, and I probably should have just doubled with him.
You inside?
I took one extra.
Yeah, you're doing everything you're supposed to do. It's fine. It's a trade.
Good shit, baby. Yeah,
I took... Good job, not giving you his body.
You were waiting on that too, and then it went off of it. Crossbody.
Not your side. I gotta, like...
It'll be interesting to see if on this next point if the momentum switches.
Just off that one point.
Yeah.
I would like to take this moment to thank the amazing person that sent us coffee and donuts this morning to the commentating booth. We greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much, Charles. You're an amazing person.
It's much better than that trash hotel coffee I had.
Trash. Shock with 5 alive. Nope, losing their first attacker. Thomas Kim on the D side, but shooting one. Shooting 2.
Shock answered, but they lost 1, so it's a 4-on-3 situation.
4-on-3 advantage for Shock.
And and important for them is they keep Parrish alive in the snake.
Yeah,
he was going off yesterday.
I think it was the first point he's been alive.
Yeah, no one on this side at all for Fit, so.
And he's feasting right now.
Yeah. LJ's just going to go forward and win this point. And, man, Fit really, really heavily relies on winning those breakouts, man. On the games that they don't win the breakouts, they don't reposition quickly enough to make up for it. So that once they've lost that breakout, they've kind of lost that real estate.
So Parrish a little unsure of the count. He could wrap around to get this crossfield kill. Ooh, accurate shot.
Hosky's lucky to get a penalty on that.
Chavez is still alive. He just got 2.
Yeah.
I think it's 2-on-1.
Yeah, it's 2-on-1 against Chavez.
Yeah, but Parrish has their whole side and can just go gun up here and hit that buzzer. And he does. So nice job by Parrish and Aftershock to win that break. And to tie this game up here, so the momentum has shifted. 7:38 to go with these quick points out here. A lot of paintball to play. But if you're a Shock fan, you definitely want LJ Parrish alive in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as you had said, Joey, that was the first time that he actually
down the
stayed
break.
alive through the break.
Yeah.
He was getting frustrated after that last one, too. And I would as well if I had a really good day yesterday and I'm getting sweet spotted on the break constantly.
Well, you kept choking up, too. Snake first time got shot. Tried going corner next time, got shot. Tried going that wall, got shot. It's like, man, where do you put him?
That's a show of respect.
Like,
if that coach is putting all his guns on you wherever you go, it's because you're really good at paintball, man. And we want you off the field. If they're not shooting at you, you got a problem.
But, Joey, that is true because then he's going to come back, and then you as the coach are like, well, we need you alive, man. Where do you think you can live?
Yeah,
we tried you everywhere.
Do you want to start at home? We could use the extra gun on the break. That'd be great. 3 bodies out there after that major here for Aftermath, so big advantage for Edmonton Impact, and they're going to make the most of it as Tyler Penelio runs the inside and out route to get to the 50-yard line. Haven't seen that yet here at this event, and he's going to see a double stack of bodies as there's 2 at the 50 on the D side here for Impact. There's a body coming off right now for Aftermath, so they're down to 2.
Tyler looks like he got shot on that top side. I don't know who shot him. Maybe the
2-4.
snake corner, I mean.
Either that or the Aztec. I mean, there's only 2 guys.
Only 2 guys,
It's got to be one of those 2 for sure, Rich.
Thanks, Joey. Appreciate that.
Down to 1.
4
I don't know
on 1
why
now.
they haven't blown this horn yet.
And I love the fact that one's going right forward. Mikey's going to go get it up. There he is. And that's a point for Impact.
Yeah, well, Missouri tried to make something happen. So when we were talking about when it's a 1-on-4 and a guy runs out of D1 into 4 guns, Missouri's move is a little bit different.
Yeah, that was way different. That's not launching from a corner when you're pinned down.
Totally. I'm agreeing with you 100% here, Joey.
And
But that's a good example of when you should attack.
Absolutely.
When you're down bodies.
Right, not running out in the open.
The only thing worse than the guy running out in the open, down on bodies like that, is when they do that and then get the penalty.
Yeah.
That's the double bonus.
That's when you know you really got something good going.
Yeah, that's right. That's when you got a special guy on your squad. Yeah. Got to take good care of him. Shot going out.
Fitz doing a good job.
Go ahead.
Fitz doing a good job of neutralizing the ones for Shock. Even with this, I mean, Hosky has not had a game.
Nope.
Parrish has not had a game.
He's had 1 game.
Yeah.
Parrish had 1 point.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They've shut him down every other point, and they've shut down Hosky 100%.
Even on that last one, Hosky went to get Chavez on the inside, and Chavez punked him.
Yep. Yeah, and Hosky's lucky to get a penalty on that.
Super lucky.
Yeah.
Shock needs Hosky to tighten it up when he's not on full court press.
He's not attacking.
Yeah, like when he's in D3 or he
Island, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I also think you guys got to remember too. This is his 3rd event pro.
Oh no, I remember.
But he's such a fresh blood. Like,
that's a very
overachieving.
It's a good point, but we know Hosky very well, and I want him to be an elite player, and he's already on his quest there.
Hey, the standard is the standard,
and he's
right?
looking really good.
Yeah.
And honestly, we're way harder on our friends than we are
no.
on guys we don't know.
This isn't me ragging on you guys on that. This is more of like he's excelled so fast that sometimes you forget. Like, dude, if anybody else out here was on their 2nd or 3rd event, you'd be like, man, he's playing pretty damn good. him, we're like, we expect more.
You're not wrong.
And that's because he set the bar high for himself. Now he's got to maintain it, or it's.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Once
we've seen glimpses of excellence.
Well, once I've seen you put up 250 on the bench, I'm like, hey, can you put up 275?
Yeah.
LJ makes it to the break, but they shoot out Corey Hall. 4-on-5 advantage. Referee is running in. Colt snake out and a minor. So 4-on-3 advantage again here for Shock. And there goes Colt again. And if Fit loses their snake side, Colt's not able to get out of back center and fill this way, so they kind of lose that whole point.
Yeah, here's a 2-on-4.
Yeah, and a good field spread here for Aftershock as Parrish not feeling any pressure. He's going to go up past snake 3, dive in, has the snake all to himself.
Yeah, no one on his side of the field for Fit, so he's going to easily go down there and just win this point.
Fit loses another body out of that can.
Or Chavez.
Yeah, concession here from Fit. So, and the momentum definitely shifted towards Shock. And they're now starting to trade bodies on the break and getting the best of these gunfights here after that first initial burst.
Let's see if Aftermath can get something going here. Back to 5 bodies off the start. Starting down 2, you know. Doesn't make it easy on yourself.
Yeah. Yesterday, Castro had a few good games in the snake where he kind of went through single-handedly and got enough guys to win the point, and that kind of shifted the momentum, so it'd be great to see him try to do that again.
I talked to some of the Aftermath guys. I was like, look, I need 20 to 30% more tight play from your back players. I looked at Castro. I'm like, you keep doing exactly what you're doing. I have no criticism for you. You're feeling it well. You're making moves. You're being proactive. You've had some good points. Keep doing that and set the tempo and the pace, and the rest you need to stay alive.
Castro running and shooting to snake 1. I love it.
Makes it clean, and they shoot a body, so advantage here to Aftermath, and it looks like they might be losing David, so David going to take the walk. Now it's a 4-on-4. Those are the deaths I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When you go up on impact and it's 5-on-4, you cannot throw a body away. Oh, and Castro.
He got clipped on his pack going around the snakes.
So that's where you're susceptible is if there's a back center and he's controlling this zone, you can't just come around high like that from snake 2 to snake 3.
Nick Laval did a great job shooting that.
Yep. And now switches outside to support JC. Oh, Nick Laval gets shot on a cross shot from the top Dorito side.
Yeah, it's a great kill to get Laval off the field here for Aftermath, and they have Jordan in real quick position in the middle, and they also have the 50-yard line in that Dorito snake as well, too. So real estate controlled here from Aftermath. Impact playing on the heels. They do let JC into snake 1, and they're going to let, is that Reeser, into D-side snake 1.
They're aware of it, though. They're calling both the spots.
Jordan with a little retreat to get back to the brick.
And from that spot, he can protect his 50 guy over there in the D side.
Yep.
So it's a good fill. So we got 2 guys down here on the snake side playing ion ball. Both teams on the top side have 2 guys in front of them.
Aftermath's coming with it, though.
Yeah. Aftermath's applying the pressure. JC's just playing defensively inside.
Cody Chong looking for it. He's looking cross field. And he's going to get to the 50-yard line, feeling no pressure. Everyone's focusing on that D-side 50.
Yeah, just does not know where the bodies are, so he's just probing and trying to find where the bodies are. JC's got to stay live for impact.
He's got his head on a swivel. He knows what's up.
Yeah, JC's always very proactive in his spot, whether he's on the attack or having to play defense. He's always popping the top, getting his head checks. Got to be careful to keep his foot in there. Oh, gets shot popping the top. Beautiful job here by Cody Chong.
Wow, great maturity there for Cody Chong. Very mature, relaxed, calm, calls the kill.
There we go.
Oh, here we go. Big move inside.
Move, and he's going to get Jordan, and then he gets taken out by the 50.
Is that Brandon?
No, that's
Trevor.
Velez. Rob Velez.
Oh, Rob Velez. Nice move, Velez. Great close there from Cody Chong. Coming second down the snake.
So Aftermath staying in this match here. They needed this one. They had the dreaded 3-point spread up there. It's now going to be a 2-point game with just, oh, no, it's Lucas. Not Cody Chong. Sorry, Lucas. Yes, got the drop in on JC. Trujillo also in there as well, too.
This is a big point right here. If Fit can't pull this one off, this is going to be a big uphill battle for them. When they're up on you, they can apply pressure. When they're behind, these guys struggle a little bit on that. So we'll see what happens on this point, but this is I think this is the make-break point for them.
So David's trying to figure out where he got shot from. Yeah, David, we can't lose you in that spot, buddy.
Shock, same 5. Fit, same 5.
watch this all-important breakout. Shock loses. LJ Parrish going to the snake corner. Now they lose A-Rod out of the back center. 5-on-3 advantage here for Houston.
For Fit.
Yeah, for Fit.
So Fit did a smart thing this time. Instead of extending that body into the snake and risking it, they pulled the bodies in and just got all 5 guns up. And I think by doing that, they were able to get those 2 kills.
Yeah, 5-on-1 advantage now for Paintball Fit here.
And they're going to tie this one up.
I think if I was Todd, I'd save my dude the pain.
Concede. Yeah.
Yeah, he just got it.
Yeah, it's not like you're up 2 or 3 points.
No. It's lucky it's Fit, too. That's a meaner team than...
Yeah,
he's
that's
leading.
damage.
If that's a Tampa Bay damage.
Oh,
I'm not going to say.
That guy would be dead right now.
That guy's going to have a lot of cleanup to do.
A lot of cleanup. You ain't bringing that same 5 guy out.
Can't throw that pack away. That pack is worthless.
We can't even clean this. There's too many hits on this.
Goggles, those goggles are worthless. Throw those away.
Especially the ninja. You got to turn him yellow. That way you can see him coming.
That's right. It's the only chance you have. Mikey Arena taking the field for impact.
He's one of my favorite guys.
Yeah.
I love his kill everyone mentality.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Always playing with a little bit of chip on his
He's a little
shoulder.
bit of like the old school still.
Yep.
You don't get a lot of that with the new guys.
Yeah. They brought him up right.
Yeah, he doesn't want to shake your hand. He wants to punch you in the face.
Yeah.
I would not use the word gentle to describe Mikey.
No.
He's a bruiser out there.
That's what makes him what he is.
Yeah, you need a bruiser, and he plays the game with a big chip on his shoulder. And if you have a bruiser of a first attacker, that's ideal. Because even like JC, after all the accolades and all the praise we've sung for him, rightfully so, throughout the years, he still plays with a huge chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
He's an angry little dude.
He's always pissed.
Yeah. We got
Looks
a
like
going or something.
Looks like Castro coming back out with his line.
I see the Aftermath guys taking a knee. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're taking a timeout.
No, I think he's getting his paint hidden from the sun.
But both squads are out in the box. They got 30 seconds now.
Never fucking easy. Let's go.
They're right. It's never easy, man. If it was easy, it wouldn't be fun.
I don't know. I've done some easy shit that's fun. Jet skis are easy. They're fun.
Yeah.
Wouldn't feel as accomplished, though. I'll give you that.
Well, the harder the win is, the more sense of accomplishment you have after it.
I guess that's what I was trying to say, just not as eloquently.
Gotcha.
I'm here for you, Rich.
Thanks, buddy.
So on the breakout right now, Impact going with 3 guns up, and they're going to risk Urena into the snake, and he makes it clean. They shoot a body as David going to be Ramirez the first to walk off. 5-on-4 advantage right now for Impact, and they've taken some ground. Urena's checking off on that inside lane, and he's going to take no pressure and go right into snake 3.
Nick Laval took a hard bounce there in back center. Impact now fills out the D corner. So 2 on the D side, 1 in back center, 1 in snake temple. Mikey up in the center 54, snake 54, Impact. Shoots across the field, gets his first kill.
Yeah, good fill by Impact. They shoot another guy out of the center Dorito brick.
5-on-3 advantage here for Impact.
Yeah, it was a free kill from Mikey. Jordan had no idea that Urena was that far up. Now he's going to match up with Castro down the sideline here. Castro a little inset there in snake 2. Bunker's a little in the field. So Mikey's got a little bit more of an outside gunfight.
Impact's got 2 in the snake now, which is pretty huge.
Yeah, Supa and Mikey, that's a huge 2.
Mike can go shove it down his throat.
Yep. Well, it's funny, we've said 1,000 times up here, the snake's always hot. The coaches are telling the players the snake's always hot, but those guys are always shocked when that snake guy gets that cross down, and they're like, hey, why don't you guys tell me snake was hot, bro?
Yeah.
Castro over the top there. Impact just cruise control here, not looking to make any mistakes. They understand it's a 5-on-3. They're in advantage here. They got the spots.
Urena, knowing he has a 2-point lead protect, he's playing this really smart. He's not over-engaging, waiting to see if Castro, knowing he's got a body in the snake with him.
Yep, not forcing
it. Yeah, very patient. Zupa gets in behind him. He's in snake 2, looking inside.
Mikey communicating the 5, calling the snake corner. Snake corner's trying to sneak out and get a shot in on him.
That is the one advantage of having the corner instead of 2 in the snake, is you can get a little bit looser in there.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the angle. You can go deep on them.
And your vision that way is much better as well, right? Your comms are much better, hopefully.
Yeah, so it looks like, I think it's Brandon Trujillo behind Castro.
How much time we got left? 4:50. At some point, Aftermath's going to start thinking about
either go forward or concede, right?
Yeah, either these boys got to get on their horses and ride or die, or end the point.
Really good communication between Zupa and Urena.
Yeah, little 2-man comms, right?
Now a little launch into D-side snake 1 here for Edmonton Impact, and he's going to go right up midfield. No pressure, goes up into D-side snake 2.
Yep, and then Nick Laval is getting the information from the back center and passing it on to the drill side.
He's now on the 50 Dorito.
Yeah, Impact's playing the perfect point here. Slow, methodical. They've got all the spots, all the bodies. Communication is perfect. Nick Laval's getting out of back center, following it up.
I feel like Aftermath's playing like they're tied or ahead.
Yeah.
Wow, they shot Dalton out of that 50.
Yeah, just got. I don't know if that was that bounce shot or the corner looked in and got him. But Dalton's taking the walk, so 5-on-3 advantage to a 4-on-3 advantage.
Yeah, still Impact undefeated yesterday. Be really content to take a 2 or 3 point win here. 3:50 to go. But Joey, like you were saying, Aftermath at some point has to try to make something happen here.
Yeah, 1 point, if they can get this, great. But if at some point you have to look at the clock and be like, how do we get 2 points? As a coach, you have to be sitting in there going, all right, so this is not looking sweet. They're not moving. I'm hearing Nick Laval call 4 minutes Impact. Stay alive. We're up a body.
Margin is important to Aftermath, though, because they had a 1 point overtime win against Notorious and then got smoked 6-0 by X Factor. So they're sitting at a -5 right now.
Oh, great shot over the
Good
top.
shot.
Wow.
And this also shows why maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Listen, you're real pretty. You don't have to be pretty and smart, okay?
That's true. Thank you. My mom says that too.
3-on. This game went from a 5-on-3 to a 3-on-3, and my opinion is because on this field, you have to be aggressive, and you have to, like you said, you want defense, go forward, right? Go forward and trade out bodies. That's your defense, not.
No, Castro comes through, and did he put a ball on Urena? It looks like he did, but we're going to see a major penalty assessed on Castro.
Yeah, highway was the move there, not down the tape.
And now they're going to start a body down. So, yeah, I was actually right in my assessment. They should have thought about the 2 point thing because now they're going to go up.
But here's the tough thing when you're playing a team like Impact. Where were their 1s and 2s right next to each other, right? So even if you get through and you shoot 1, they had a couple bad deaths. They lose Dalton. Couldn't see who got shot behind Zupa. So they had a couple deaths, but there still are now 2 bodies you have to deal with. Ethan knows he needs points, and he runs in there a little bit too much, gets the major.
We're sitting here. We're further away than he is, and we hear Zupa talking to him. Yeah. He hears the same shit down there. So he knows there's 2 guys there, right? So what are you doing? Like, you can't run that guy because you know there's a guy protecting him.
Yeah. Definitely can't run him outside.
No.
But that's why
highway him or don't go at all.
The elite teams, the teams that actually have won tournaments in the past couple years, this is one of the reasons they're so hard to beat. Yeah. Is because they link up with their 1s and 2s, and
we call that.
Hey, good on Aftermath to get those 2 kills to even make it that close.
Yeah, for sure.
But I would say probably 7 times out of 10, in a situation like that for Impact, those guys aren't going to die in that spot.
Yeah. We refer to that as small ball. So that the 1s and 2s playing together and then linking it together all the way across. But the 1s and 2s are everything.
Well, this one's tied up 3-3 here. It's been hanging with Aftershock and beating him on the break more often than not. And they do it again. 2 kills. 2 kills for Fit.
5-on-4 as Mason gets shot out of that tower or that little temple snake side. LJ Parrish forward into snake 2, though. Corey Hall behind him.
Yeah, but PB Fit going to be taking that 50 on the D side.
Yeah, LJ Parrish has got to watch out for that cross shot. Fit should just ram jam down that right Dorito tape right now.
Fit snake guy has to stay alive here. He's on an island on 2 guys.
Yep.
Oh, Chavez just got shot by Parrish, I believe.
And Cole's got to get out of that back center, man.
This point's a wrap.
Wow, way to throw away a 5-on-3.
Yeah, tough death out of the Aztec. Tough death for Chavez.
He might get him. Did he get some clean? Nope.
Luke was going to trade out with Parrish.
2-on-2 now.
But they still have outside contain, and Corey Hall is going to filter right in.
Yeah, Cole's still in back center.
And Hosky makes it to the 50.
He's about to get bunkered, though. Clean. He got bunkered clean.
Ooh, Hosky, look trying to spin on him.
Wow, 2-on-1 now for Fit.
We'll see if Corey Hall can pull a Marcelo Margot right now.
He got one.
Oh, he gets one. Corey's done this himself a couple times, too. This is actually how Corey Hall got paintball famous. He's on Elevation years ago, and he was pulling off low-body heroic moves. Oh, did he get penalty? Minor penalty going to be assessed here on Corey Hall, though, so it did come down to a 1-on-1. Where did he get shot and when?
34 was mad.
But that ref was not messing around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any paint on him. The ref obviously saw something. Corey's still standing there with the where am I shot posture in his body.
Todd said, get out here.
Yeah. And Fit's trying to say, hey, Corey shot a guy, so if there's a penalty, it's a red, not a yellow.
And they are correct in that statement.
Depending on when. Like, when did he catch that ball that, I didn't see it, so I'm not sure. Ref obviously saw something. He was pretty adamant about that penalty.
Todd Adams is down there like, what just happened?
Todd Adamson is over here screaming.
Yeah.
Get cleaned up.
Jason.
Just a lot of passion in these guys.
Yeah.
I feel like Jason is just like a fire extinguisher. Just comes out here, just.
He ran over and pulled me.
That's a pretty good metaphor right there.
I shot Cole in the fucking back. And then
Let's listen in.
I called the shot 3. You pulled in, shot the cross shot. Don't fucking
Tell
cut me off.
coach. Tell coach so he can talk to Trojan.
He already knows. I'm telling Corey because Corey's confused. You shot the Dorito guy in the pack.
Yeah,
and
that's
came
what I
across. You know how it sounds.
So that should be a major on them earlier in the point.
Okay, well, there you go.
He the penalty and was pointing at the guy.
Definitely, you should believe the players
Cole
always.
comes up behind him and yells. So I feel like it was that Dorito guy that got the penalty.
No, because at the end it looked like they called him out and they were about to throw the flag. That should be a penalty on them, but did they call a penalty?
Corey's not hit. No,
Did they call
he
a
got shot
penalty?
in the pack and kept coming. Yeah. And they gave him
They called penalties on all of them.
But you called it. That ref was not happy.
No,
Whatever
he was very
saw-
angry.
Yeah, whatever he saw, he did not like. Aftermath looks like they're starting with 4. Dave Baines is calling it only kill 1. So they might have thought they were starting with 3 after that last major. In fact, in a very good position here.
So it's going to be Grayson, Gladstone, Cody Woodruff, Cody Chong, and I believe Mazurek.
Okay, I gotta hear the red alert.
If they're worried about margin, this is not a good place to be.
Yeah,
4 on 3 and not a lot of time left.
One more game for Aftermath. And who they played last? They played Diesel last. So
Diesel's 0 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Diesel's had good margins or close games in all their losses.
Yeah. Oh, I expect Diesel to put up a fight, like for sure. There's no way Mark's gonna let him go out like that.
Yeah, it's just it's a little bit of a big.
Look at
ask
Laval.
right now.
Look at Laval. Oh, almost had it.
Almost had it. If only there was no one in the snake.
So Impact trying to burn some more clock off here. They went hyper aggressive though with that move up the middle for Laval with this 3-point lead.
Oh, he got
there he goes.
the cross shot as well.
Yep. He definitely got hit in the pack.
Yeah, Impact drops another one, but Aftermath drops one.
Sleeping on the snake, dude.
Yeah.
And
and they get a penalty 2-on-2 now as JC gets shot 2-on-1 advantage for Aftermath, I believe, guys.
Attaboys.
Zach Aikman, only one left.
Oh, 1-on-1. 1-on-1. Oh, what a bad death. Good job, Zach.
Zach is so good at that.
Yeah, he is. Former MVP award winner.
Yeah. Calm, cool, and collective, and just, did I just pull off a 2-on-1? Oh, yeah, it's no big deal.
What I love about how Zach plays is he never gets rattled. He's one of those twos that historically is always, we talked about that small ball, typically stays really close. And when things are going badly, he stays very composed. And even right now, he doesn't need to run down. They have a big 3-point lead. This will be their 3rd win.
Smart player. Looks up at the clock, realizes what's going on, says, meh.
And just he always puts himself into a position to support the guys in front of him, right? He doesn't go out there like, what can I go to do to win? He's like, what can I go out do to support the guys in front of me and win this point?
Yeah, it's one of those situations with the 2s and the 3s is as a coach or other players, you're just asking that let's do highest possible percentage play given the situation, and almost always that's where Zach is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very Neil Eberle, very always in that right spot at the right time.
Willing to make a risky move to put himself in that position if he has to. Has the athleticism to make those moves.
You can tell he listens well because he always got all the information, knows where all the bodies are, helps put it together. And then like you said, it just calm, cool, and collective, right? You never see
kind
him
of
flip
describing
out.
all of the good
He's
at paintball
good at paintball, boys.
elements.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah, he's good at paintball. Don't worry, I'll dumb it down for the layman people.
Thank you.
What they're saying is he's real good. He's real good, boys.
He's good at the foosball. See if Fit can shoot 2 guys on the break again.
Yeah. They do. It's a real bad place. They're starting with 4 on Shock.
Shock going out with 4.
Who did they sit on that one,
Still
Corey?
don't know what the penalty is. Looks like Corey's out, yeah.
Yeah, tense moments here for Shock.
So LJ's the only one this way.
Facing a test against BB Fit. So
right to the snake, though. Big bite.
Oh, they got LJ on the leg going in. Yeah. So no one this side for Shock alive.
And they're 5 up on Fit.
Yeah.
No, they lost 1.
4 on 3 advantage for Fit as they get into the snake corner. That's a great fill. If he can contain A-Rod.
Chavez just got shot at a D3. They're going to fill that.
Yeah, Chavez got to do a better job staying alive over there. 3 on 3 now for Fit. Fit's got to get out of back center. Unless Lockout can contain A-Rod and then allow,
Hosky makes it into the Dorito snake.
That's a big move for Hosky. He's going to go to that 50 and look to put pressure.
That corner gets real small when he's in that 50 snake.
That back center gets small too, right? Yep. Hosky's looking for that shot on Lockout inside.
He's got to be careful there, though. You cannot die on that spot. Yeah. Honestly, I'd be happy Hosky just hides.
100% just start talking, right? Like, hey, this is where this guy's looking. This is where this guy's looking.
Just control the wire. You don't need to get kills here, big boy.
He's playing it smart. He's staying there in that top Dorito 50. Fit now releases into the snake. Hosky sees it and calls snake 1. A-Rod's probably going to reposition to that snake corner.
Yeah, Mason going to get past snake 2, go into snake 3, goes right past that. He has the snake to himself, just A-Rod over here.
I don't know if A-Rod can fill out, though, with that Dorito 2 sitting on that cross like that. I think if he tries to go, he's going to get mollywopped.
Yeah, Fit in a good position here. If they can keep A-Rod out of the snake and allow the Fit player to go forward and get the cross shot or back shot on Hosky cross field there.
Well, Shock only down by 1 and does have a little bit of time to let this play develop or try to force something here with 3:33 to go.
The Shock player in that can needs to get out of that can.
Yeah, no one's even shooting at him or looking at it. Well, he's got to be careful now with the snake on that cross.
Thomas Kim.
Snake died.
Bad death for Paintball Fit out of 50 snake.
So now a one-body advantage here for Chicago. Aftershock, see if they can tie this game up. Now Alex Rodriguez, closest body to him is Colt Lukow in the back center, so still has to worry about that D3 cross angle. Could potentially attack up the middle, though.
And with Fit having a 1-point lead here, they're just going to try to cross it up, burn as much time as they can off. But this is going to end up being a tie match, most likely. At some point, A-Rod's going to get out of that, swing this way.
Well, with Hosky in a really crucial spot with 3 minutes to go, he has a little time to work with. He doesn't need to over-engage right now.
Yeah. No. Honestly, this is where Thomas Kim needs to throw his ninja smoke and just appear behind him.
Yeah. Or just commit to one guy, find the seam, and go get one guy off the field, right? And leave your guys in a 2-on-1.
I think Cyrus might have got hit on the loader there.
Referee's coming and checking him. If he's hit, he's going to get a penalty. Nope, not hit, no penalty. 2-on-3 advantage here for Shock, or 3-on-2 advantage for Shock. Hosky's still working on that drill 50. He's got Thomas Kim behind him. A-Rod made a good fill from the back center to the Temple Snake side. Now he's just containing this side of the field, making sure no one from Fit comes this way. He's doing a good job quarterbacking, communicating from the back.
Fit's doing a great job on the switches, too, though. Every time they put Colt off, the Cyrus guy immediately switches.
I was just going to say, every time I think Cyrus gets off the cut for A-Rod, then Colt comes back, picks it up, and I was like, yeah, they're playing that really, really well.
Well, it's up to
Of course, I say that now. Look at them.
Well, they're doing good on the switches, and they're putting a lot of pressure on A-Rod and Kim to kind of make them overthink these or think a lot about what moves they're going to be making. But Hosky keeps engaging and keeps engaging and keeps engaging. Fit's really good at gunfights. It's up to either Kim or Rodriguez they have the ball and to try to make the move and make this a little bit easier on Hosky.
Here goes A-Rod. Finally got outside. That's what he was looking for.
Oh, he just shot home.
Yeah. And Fit should probably concede this point here.
I wouldn't.
I know they're up by 1.
Nope. I'm letting this run, hoping they get a major again.
Yeah, I think I'm conceding, trying to give us that extra 5 seconds or 10
I'm letting
seconds.
my guy get face pounded in the dirt.
So Alex Rodriguez with the crucial kill on Colt Roberts once he finally filled out wide. But doing a really good job of containment with that D3 position was really stopping A-Rod from moving over for a long time.
And A-Rod the only one alive at the end of that point. Thomas Kim was eliminated, and so was Hosky. So lucky A-Rod anchored that point for him.
A little closer than everyone in Aftershock's pits was probably hoping that was going to be.
Sweaty palms over there.
Mo Spaghetti.
Mo Spaghetti.
Let's go, Rod. Ready to pick me up, baby. Ready to be.
We got a 5-on-5 on? We haven't had a lot of those in this match.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, no, Matt, your call on that was a good call. Like, if you're coming out and playing today and you're thinking, hey, some of my guys are playing a little bit loose, you might want to have a little talk with them before the match starts.
Well, hey, if they're calling outside strikes, I want my hitters to know that. It's like, hey, man, that one, it's an inch off the plate. Yeah, they're calling that a strike today. All right, so you need to be swinging at those. That's kind of similar.
Don't just look at them.
Yeah, it's kind of similar with how the refs ref, and if they're on everything, you need to be a little careful out here.
Yeah. 5-on-5 breakout, impact from the red side, aftermath from the blue. Aftermath gets out to the snake corner, takes a bounce going out there. He's asking for the check. Looks like he's okay. 5-on-5, guys.
Yeah, no, body dropping right now for Aftermath from that D1 snake.
Yeah.
Things are definitely going Impact's way. They got a good, nice, comfy 4-point spread here. Aftermath already got mercy ruled once yesterday.
Aftermath going right past Snake 2, even though the ball's in the back center, trying to keep it from going forward.
As long as he keeps himself low enough. 4 points. Honestly, at this point, they just need to play not to lose another point.
Yeah, just margin ball.
If you can get it, great. Otherwise, chill out, kids.
Yeah, and Impact's repositioning to all the spots you want to be at. If you wanted to pick 5 spots to
hold it,
to hold the field and lock the field down, these are the 5 spots.
Aftermath losing a body, trying to make that move from the D side.
Taking the walk for Aftermath.
Down to
Dalton's
30.
going to get it.
Down to 30 seconds left in this match.
Dalton's going to try to get the point. Oh, that's all right. As long as you have one guy going and that's it.
Yeah.
They bounced the corner again. Impact did.
Yeah, 2-on-4 situation. Impact in all the positions. They have all the bodies and they've got the scoreboard. So now 4-on-1 situation. Only one Aftermath player left alive. That's in Snake 2.
13 seconds. They might be able to get this one still. We will see.
Yeah,
Here comes Mikey. Wow, that's the nicest I've ever seen Mikey bunker anybody.
He wants
because he wants that buzzer.
I don't think he had it in time. I think he needed another half second.
No, yeah, he didn't get it, Mikey. I mean, Maddie, sorry.
That's why he didn't pump the kid up, though. He's like, not enough time to pump him up.
I don't have time. You know, now he's like, I should have just pumped that kid up.
Yeah.
Should have pumped him up. Next
What a
time,
waste.
Next time, I'm just going to pump him up.
What a waste.
What a waste.
So Impact going to take a victory here. Still undefeated as they are sitting 3-0. Last game will be against X Factor, the 1 and 2 seeds in their bracket. So that bracket's X Factor, Impact, Aftermath, Diesel, and Notorious. For Aftershock and Fit, it's Dynasty, who went 0-2 yesterday. They need to have a big day today. Aftershock, Fit, Infamous, and ML Kings.
Shock wins this, they're 3-0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they win this, then that match won't mean as much.
Nope. LJ alive. Looks like Corey Hall getting bounced going out there, but he's alive.
5-5.
5-on-5. Let's see if Fit can win a 5-on-5 point. They are the first team to get into
Hosky
the snake.
Shot.
Hosky taking the walk for a Shock on the top D side.
Only a minute left to go here as PB Fit pushing the issue in the snake.
Surprised to see Paintball Fit here playing for the win and Shock playing kind of D-ball here.
Yeah.
See if he can get this cross shot on the
He's gonna
D2.
mess A-Rod up.
Oh, yeah, it gets A-Rod. Referee's running in. Penalty. Oh, it's a hottie.
Major penalty under 60 seconds. That's going to throw the point here to Chicago Aftershock. Well, it's going to be a one-point game with 40 seconds left to go.
Wow.
That was a big gift.
If he had a hit on him, he 100% shot A-Rod. That's 100% a major.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, you can't argue that.
I mean, obviously, the coach will argue
I don't know if he will. I mean, in that situation, I wouldn't. I mean, I argue stuff that there's a possibility.
You're just digging yourself a bigger hole.
If there's a zero possibility, then you're just arguing to argue, and then they stop listening to you.
And then you're that guy.
Right. You only want to argue when you're pretty confident you're right. That way, when they find out you're right, they're like, all right, he doesn't bullshit.
Yeah, if every time you come up to argue and you're never right and you're the head ref, well, then you're 3 when that guy's arguing. You're like, oh, man, he hasn't been right one time.
Yeah. You have
it's a
zero
waste
credibility.
Of my time.
Yeah.
He's just slowing down the schedule we have for the day.
You're just sucking the life out of me, bro.
Hey, wake the fuck up right now!
Was somebody sleeping in the pit?
40 seconds is plenty of time.
If I was Colt, I'd be frustrated too. We just got a major in under a minute. One of the cardinal sins in paintball. It does happen though, but yeah, frustrating turn of events. You're playing one of the top teams out here, a team that just was in the finals at the last event, a legendary name with a bunch of really experienced pros, and you're going blow for blow with them. In the beginning, they had a lead that they squandered, and now they're at a deficit with 40 seconds left. Falling out.
Hate to say it, but this is their tournament.
PB Fit?
Yeah. If they win this, then they're in
a
driver's seat. If they don't, then it's going to be an uphill battle because they're 2-2. They're playing margins and all the other stupid stuff you have to do when you're 2-2.
Well, they got one more game against Infamous.
Right, which they'd have to win to go 2-2. And then you're playing the, like if they win this, 2-1 going into that match is way different than 1 and 2.
Deep breath. We've already got our 2 wins.
Right. And now we're in control. Our margin's going to be more positive than it was. Like going in with a bigger negative margin and having to win is the worst.
Yeah.
And then even if you win, you don't know if you make it. At least if you're 2-1 and you go in and you win, you know you made it.
Fit playing with 4, which is weird because I thought they had enough bodies to pull, but apparently not.
That is a little weird.
So Aftershock with all 5 bodies out there.
I'm sure there's something in the rule book.
Fit with 4. Todd's calling 51-51.
I'm inside.
So no Colt Lukow on the break for Fit, so he's
of
real good at shooting bodies on the break. Looks like catching a bouncer potentially here as Fit tries to make it to D3 off the break. Referee's going to check him out as Stewart is attacking up the middle. Oh, minor penalty going to be assessed on Chicago Aftershock with 30 seconds left to go here. Door opens slightly for Fit as they keep that body alive in D3, and he goes on the attack. Stewart dies in the middle, though, as they are making it to the 50-yard line. Rodriguez still alive in the back center. Battle going down here as Parrish with 15 seconds left as he launches a counterattack and stays alive. He's on Fitt's side of the field. Fitt still has a body left alive at that 50-yard line on the D side, and here comes Corey Hall. He's going to cut through the gap in the middle. They're going to stitch up that last body, and Parrish is going to try to put one more point on the board. Does he have enough time? He does not as he dives for the buzzer. So the game will end 5-4. Chicago Aftershock going to be taken down. Paintball Fitt here, and Joey, as you were talking about, now Fitt has to go and play Infamous, and they have to win this last
Right. You have to win it, and you have to win it with a decent margin. It just makes things a million times harder.
More stress, more pressure.
Yeah, which more pressure usually does not turn diamonds. Usually causes collapses. So I wish them the best. I think they're close. I just think they're right there on the edge. The one stupid mistake by one guy is the reason why on that.
So that is going to do it here for this set, Bo. Stick around. It's going to be X Factor taking on Notorious and San Diego Dynasty in a must-win situation, playing the ML Kings. Here, 2024 Major League Paintball Windy City Major. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Joey, best of luck.
Appreciate it.
And I'll see you in just a few.
Who running the game now? Foot on the gas and slow down. No, my team we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Yeah.
Hey, this is Walker with Carbon Paintball here to talk to you about our SC custom jerseys. To start your team's design, head over to crbnpaintball.com, fill in some team information, including what colors, what template you want to base your jersey off of, upload your main team logo and any sponsors, enter your name and your number, and we're going to kick you back a 3D image of your jersey. The custom jersey is built on a 5-panel design that's all customizable. The jersey features a DWR coating all throughout the jersey, so it is water resistant. It also is stain proof, and it has side mesh venting. The jersey is also very fitted, so it has a compact neck collar, and it also features elastic thumb loops to keep the sleeves in place while you're sliding or running. To start your team design, head over to crbnpaintball.com.
Team Paintball!
Yeah, baby.
Team Paintball.
Brent is the one that selects everybody that he wants to have show up here at the NXL to represent himself, Air Assault Factory, and Carbon Paintball. We've got an assortment of guys now, kind of a rebuild from our semi-pro days. A pretty aggressive team. We usually identify our opportunities very quickly and then try to exploit them as soon as we can. I would say working with Carbon is unmatched in the industry. From the first day that we joined the program, I felt like I had a voice. I think the thing that sets Carbon apart is just the constant desire to improve. From the time that I get a product, I'm constantly getting bombarded with phone calls, text messages, emails from Walker personally, asking me my thoughts, asking me for my feedback, and I just don't think that you see that elsewhere. I've been at other companies and I've never had that type of interaction. Where you see other brands, they're putting their pro athletes up on the pedestal and they're the ones marketing the product, but at Carbon, you can get your photo up on the website and you can see yourself holding the new product and taking promotional shots, and it's just kind of a cool thing that puts their divisional athletes in the limelight. If you look around here at the NXL events and across the country at regional events, you'll see more and more teams showing up in Carbon jerseys, and there's a reason for that. They're innovating and making new products, which is great. I just think it's the best.
Hey, it's BRNT with CRBN, and I have our new IC PWR Nano Barrel System here. This kit includes our famous ultra lightweight injected carbon fiber back with our new Nano Tip, which features over 700 microports. This microporting prevents any debris, paint, or moisture from entering the bore and also produces a unique low sound signature. These barrel kits are compatible with all PWR inserts, including our own series from 679 to 691, and are also compatible with all PWR inserts, including those made by Planet Eclipse, Dye, and Inception Designs. Check them out at crbnpaintball.com.
We are back. Second day of the prelim battles going down here in Chicago for the Major League Paintball Windy City Major. Matty Marshall alongside paintball legend Rich Telford. And right now it's going to be X Factor taking on Notorious, Dynasty, and the ML Kings. Rich, X Factor, Notorious, what are your thoughts?
I haven't really seen a lot of X Factor, so I'm looking forward to watching the game from up here because obviously the sidelines isn't as good, but obviously X Factor on paper is a much better team. But Notorious just came off a pretty big win on Diesel, so they're going to have some confidence.
X Factor looked good yesterday, had a battle against Diesel, won that game, and then just completely destroyed Aftermath. They shut him out 6-0 in a Mercy Rule win. So on paper, definitely have to give this one to X Factor.
Yeah. Axel looked good yesterday in the points I did watch. Timmy looked good as well. X Factor losing their first player from the back center, Matty. So 5-on-4 advantage here for Notorious. Notorious already playing one this morning too, right? So they're kind of warmed up. They're kind of feeling good.
Yeah, ABJ getting early into the snake. X Factor pushing the issue though top side as they're going to get that body here to the 50-yard line in that Dorito snake.
What a great opportunity for us to be able to watch this battle between ABJ and Axel Gets ABJ down the tape. But watching two of the best guys in the world go head-to-head right in front of you is pretty fun.
Yeah, they wrap around immediately, shoot out that Aztec. That's kind of becoming the bunker of death as well, too. I've seen a lot of guys getting dinked out and getting shot and losing gunfights from that Aztec.
I've never seen a field where the 2, 3, 4 get picked on more than on this field. Like, the outside guys get out alive, get in position.
And a lot of times it's a can that's the bunker of death, but, man, that Aztec is
tough.
It's becoming a plague of death.
And it was the same thing in practice, right? We're like, how's this guy keep getting shot? And the reason he gets getting shot because everybody at the field is blind shooting in on that guy at one time. And if that guy's not reading that pressure and reading the fact that, hey, there's 3 guns on me, and decides the gunfight, just gets dinked out. Big move up the middle from Notorious. Gets out that 50.
Yeah, he gets the drop on Stetzel and stays alive.
I don't think Axel saw him.
Stetzel. Oh, you mean Axel from the Snake?
Yeah, because he went right through Axel's gap.
Yeah,
Axel was looking inside.
Yeah, we're looking at it on the screen as well, too. Everyone at home's looking at it. And he just made a nice move. Hey, kid made a nice move,
What can I say? The kid made a nice move. Matt Marshall's favorite line.
Sometimes people do just make really good moves.
We just saw one. And he knows Axel's there. He's backing up. Shoot. Oh, gets Axel. Great play.
This is going on.
Markey.
If Markey can finish this off, because TJ, I don't know if he shot TJ as well, too, but he dices up Stetzel. He gets the drop on Axel, and he's still alive on to X Factor's side of the field. There's no one on that D side for him to worry about. He's peeking back here, and he's looking back towards it. He just shoot his own guy?
He went back and shot his own guy.
Oh, Markey, I'm taking you off the list.
Does he think that counts as another kill? Because he doesn't get a kill. He doesn't get a count for that one, man.
Yeah. No, well, let's see if he can shoot out Meter Ninos.
Yeah, I don't think now he sees Meter.
Meter got a little bit of help with Markey. I think he shot Magic.
Yeah. Markey now releasing, hunting for Meter.
And Meter's about to get bunkered. So it was a little scary for Notorious there for a while. But Ty Bateman had to come all the way over here as well, too. So first point after some chaos is going to go to Austin Notorious.
I don't know if you saw that or not, but Ty Bateman just bunkered the ref.
We're bunkering refs out here. We're shooting our own guys.
Things go crazy, boys.
Just mass hysteria.
Whatever it takes to win, boys. Whatever it takes to win. I heard Notorious is basically considered the best team in Texas now. That's what I'm hearing on the streets. ML King's going to be breaking out from the blue side. Dynasty from the red.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear Markey apologize to Magic. Like, hey, man, I'm sorry. But I think Magic shot at Markey first.
Yeah.
So it might have been Magic. Yeah, you drew first blood, not me.
Hey, when you're from Texas and someone shoots at you, you shoot back, all right? Really excited to watch Dynasty and see the adjustments they've made from yesterday, man.
Yeah, ML Kings need to win. Dynasty, if they win 2 today, still have a chance as they lost both their games. And they're going to go aggressive on the break as Dynasty sends Arturo Andrade all the way to Snake 1. He makes it clean, and they're taking both D2 and D3, and they shoot a body. So it's a 5-on-4 situation here in favor of San Diego Dynasty as we throw 15 minutes on the clock and get things going at point number 1.
Yeah, and this is kind of the Dynasty we expected to see yesterday. Winning the break and then getting a quick 3 kills, 5-on-3 advantage, or 5-on-2 advantage, I'm sorry, for Dynasty now. 5-on-1. ML Kings player in the Snake going forward doesn't know it's a 5-on-1. About to find out.
That's a 31-second point with no penalties on the ML Kings. Did you see a penalty over there?
Nope, and they didn't drop a body. Those were all legit kills.
Yeah, so a fired-up San Diego Dynasty here, tournament on the line for them. They've already missed a Sunday in 2024, and though ranked 4th overall and winning the first event, they took that 14th place in Texas and then 4th at the last event.
You know I'm tight, but I would have spent a lot of money to have been in that Dynasty meeting last night and just hear the, hey, this is where we're at, where we're going, and just hear that conversation because I bet it was amazing, and I bet the adjustments they make today are going to be significant.
Well, point number 1 looked great.
Yeah, keep that up. Do that every time.
That's as good as it can look. 31 seconds, and you didn't get a gift of a penalty. Yeah, it doesn't look better than that.
X Factor breaking up from the blue side. Notorious from the red. Axel Gogden goes Snake on the break. Gets in there clean. 5-on-5 for both teams here, Maddie.
See if X Factor can answer as they are going to be losing a body from that D side. And here comes the secondary moves up the field for Notorious. Colt Roberts gets out with TJ Danner. Oh, Colt Roberts gets smoked, though, once he gets to the can. So down to just 3 bodies here for San Antonio X Factor. Cody Bayless was the one taking the early walk. Notorious pushing the issue at the 50-yard line on that Doritos side. And now he's going to take off and make the run. Does he get any kills? He missed it. So that's the type, you might as well just stay in your spot, man. You're in a high body situation, unless he maybe got some bad comms.
Yeah, a little too much, right? A little too much, a little too early. X Factor's one of those teams that they played really well under pressure. They're very hard to shoot out, and they absorb pressure really, really well. So you got to know where the bodies are, know where the zones are before you just start going forward.
Battle going down here on your screen in the snake. It's Archie Barnes Jr. versus Axel God Din. Axel's going to pop the top and knows that Archie's right in front of him. Archie's going to launch. He's going to run down. Had to sacrifice his body to do it. So X Factor still with Meter Ninos in that back corner bunker. They also have D2.
3-on-2 now, right, Matty?
Yeah, 3-on-2 situation here, still in favor of Notorious as they're pushing the issue snake side and up the middle with Marky Franz Jr., but they don't have anyone alive. I think it was Ty Bateman that ran to his death, but Marky Franz is going to eat up TJ Danner.
Yeah, 3-on-1 now, Matty. Really good second point here for FSU, and we talked about it. If you're going to play a team like X Factor in a long, slow game, or like New Orleans Hurricanes in a long, slow game, you're playing their style of paintball, right? And it's really hard to beat them at that. But if you go at them super hard and super fast, then that kind of equalizes the playing field.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, X Factor, especially with how they looked yesterday and their Mercy Rule win and, you know, taking second place in Texas, yeah, it's a very, very experienced, got some winners on that team that have been successful throughout the years, and X Factor is, you know, one of the best teams we've had out here. So on paper, still would have to give it to them. But yeah, if you're Notorious, hey man, X Factor. When they came into the league, they were that brash, aggressive Texas team, and they're just running down the field blazing. I'm like, who are these guys? These guys have a bunch of crazy names,
a bunch of
and
wild
they're
men.
just some wild men out there. So Notorious, you know, I think it would benefit
the new
them
X
to take,
Factor.
to take a page out of the book of X Factor when they came to the league in the mid-2000s. But
Get
they're
it
up by 2 right now, looking good for Notorious through 2. We'll see how X Factor answers. Dynasty here into point number 1. Beautiful first one for him against the MO Kings. MO Kings now on the red side, Dynasty on the blue side, looking over Marcelo Margot's shoulder here on the break there. Looks like Harris Hussein's going to be taking the walk for the
5-on-2 already, Matt. 5-on-2 already.
Yeah, lots of work done by Dynasty on the break as it's been
4-on-1.
It's been Dynasty by first-degree murder.
And again, it's Azevedo all by himself in a 4-on-1 or a 5-on-1 against Dynasty. Poor kid. Archie going forward, going to try to find him. Archie hears and releases, trades. Dynasty's going to finish this point out with 3 bodies left alive. And really this point, again, Matt, was over in 30 seconds, right? After that, it was just kind of academic, right? The first car crash and the 3 guys dropped from ML King. Second car crash, another drop. So 4-on-1. Big advantage for Dynasty, 30 seconds in this point.
Yeah, and it forces a concession. They shot so many bodies so quick that Danny was unsure of the count over there in the D-side snake. Just being extra careful, knows that they have to have some big wins today.
Well, Danny's notoriously bad at math, so. X Factor coming back out. Got to be scratching their heads a little bit. Probably didn't expect to start this third point down by 2 points against FSU.
No, when they drew it up on paper last night's meeting, this is not how the game started.
This is what we're going to do. We're going to give them the first few points, get their confidence up, and then we'll snatch it back from them. See what adjustments they make.
So 10 seconds to go before the start of this next one here. Looking over the shoulders, X Factor. Desperately need to put a point on the board here. 11 minutes to work with as X Factor is going to be losing Axel God Din off the break. Ooh, but a big risk. They send Colt Roberts all the way to the Hertz stand up in the middle of the field, and he makes it there clean. I don't know if Notorious is aware that he's there.
He's not, because they tried to crawl from the forward corner forward and just got shot in half.
So they're now going to try to fill out wide again. Is Colt going to? So Colt is just locking that zone down. 2 confirmed kills for Colt Roberts. Every time we've seen someone make a move, it's only happened maybe 4 times at this event, but it works out. We really haven't seen anyone die on the break trying to either take the other team's brick or go to these Hertz stand-up towers.
What's that? What's the what are you using to describe that? You were saying it yesterday. Like no one expects him to do that, so it works really well.
Yeah, it's the dislocation of expectations. Yes. It's actually a line from like CIA and MI6 interrogators. So when they're interrogating terrorists, that's the phrase they use.
Yeah, and no one expects Colt to be up there, and then everyone has to filter bodies down the snake side, so he's in perfect position. They didn't go early. He gets another one. That's 4 for Colt.
Colt Roberts.
He's going to get 5th. Nope.
And does he trade out? Oh, got to be careful not. He does. He trades out with the last body. 5-pack. I mean, that's on the list for sure. As far as, you know, Colt Roberts won the $500 for move of the prelims from Atlantic City with a very similar move. So Colt Roberts, again, courtesy of Patesmith Law, gives out cash prizes for best individual performance in a point. And I believe that was, if he traded out with that last body and that didn't get an assist from one of his teammates, that's a 5-pack for Colt Roberts. And not as pretty as Jerry Caro's because Jerry's was in a 3-on-5.
Yep.
So there are Colt's kills. So he gets those first two, comes up, gets the other one cross field, other kill right there, and then runs down that last body and trades out. Beautiful job by Colt Roberts. So that play works. The situation there is, now that it's happened a few times, guys are going to start looking for it a little bit more, probably see it attempted, but it's worked out every time somebody's tried it.
Yep.
But what a great timing, though, and great play call. Let's listen in real quick.
Good job. I didn't hear you say kill Archie. Hey, way to stay connected.
We killed Archie on the crawl around.
From the corner? Good shit. I never saw him die, so
Then I shot past him that crawling out.
you shot.
Jumping into point number 3. It's been all Dynasty so far. See if they can keep off this first-degree murder on the break.
5-on-5, Matty. Arturo right to snake 2. Looks like Skinny Peterson all the way hard Dorito side, right to the Dorito 50. ML Kings up to the Dorito side 50. They get a kill over there. Danny's taking the walk. 5-on-4 advantage here for the ML Kings.
ML Kings at that 50-yard line, top of your screen on that in that Dorito side snake. He's got a 2-second attacker right behind him, but here comes San Diego Dynasty with Arturo Andrade trying to do some work here for Dynasty and the snake.
Archie with a good fill to the corner.
Arturo's gonna crawl up. Doesn't have to kill that body. Doesn't touch the bunker either, too. Tries to rip a crossfield lane. Still has one body in front of him to deal with, but he can block that player out using that snake 1 position.
Yeah, all the way in their side now, trying to get a kill on that back right.
Ooh, Yosh Rao comes up. They still somehow filter up, and Yosh Rao's just going to come up and try to drop the hammer. They did a good job of protecting him, though, and I don't know if Yosh... Okay, so Yosh did put a ball on him still.
I think it's all the way down to a 2-on-1, Matty. Or 2-on-2.
It's a 2-on-2. Dynasty controls this snake side. The D-side snake side's completely blown open.
Yeah,
and he's going to get the crossfield kill on Archie Montemayor. Ty Bateman has stepped up. He's going to hit that buzzer. No, sorry, Blue. Jackson Blue. Whew.
Good job, Jackson Blue.
Yeah, Bateman plays for Notorious. But still, awesome job by the ML Kings here as Blue saves the point. So, yeah, I mean, Yosh was trying to deal with them, didn't get the shot on him. They protected Blue very nicely. Blue goes to town, gets a crossfield kill on Archie, sees the situation. You don't have to shoot that last body. All you have to do is hit the buzzer. Buzzer is the objective here. And they are back in this match. Dynasty only up by 1 now.
Hey, good job, John. Good kills, buddy. Hey, good kills.
Notorious and X Factor coming back out. X Factor be on the blue side, Notorious on the red side.
Hey, they ain't shit. Let's go. Good job, guys. Good teamwork on that point.
They
Good
read
job.
the corner shot.
Good job. Good trade. What?
So Notorious still with a 1-point lead, though. X Factor clawing back into this match, courtesy of Colt Roberts' 5-pack. And with 9:30 to go here, X Factor. Ooh, Matt Jackson's having some problems with his loader to start out this point. It looks like his gun's back up and running.
Marky Franz releasing to that big brick up on the Jareel side of the field. He had a couple really good points there earlier. See if he can capitalize from that position. 5-on-5 here for both teams. Notorious for being pretty low ranked, is playing really, really well, right? They're right in the battle with the top teams.
Well, they got a lot of their starters back, and it definitely shows. And yeah, I mean, the win that they had in their first match against Diesel gives them a chance. They're sitting in 1-2 right now. So if Notorious can find a way to upset San Antonio X Factor, they're still in this tournament potentially.
Yeah, that would be huge. Oh, ABJ getting caught filling from the corner to snake 1. Got caught from Matt Jackson in the back center, I believe. Good reposition.
Yeah, Notorious filtering a body out of that back center. Can't stand that back center with
Axel's got to watch the cross.
Yeah, Axel on your side.
If he'd have looked in, he would have killed Marky, but didn't look in, and Marky caught him. 4-on-3 or 4-on-4?
It's a 4-on-4 situation. Yep. X Factor has to get in slightly better positions, though, as they don't have much forward progression. So Jackson's had enough of that. He's going to go play some offense.
Positions.
Yeah, that's what Jackson's really good at, reading the field and making a proactive offensive move in the right situation.
Yep. X Factor in Dorito 1, Dorito 3, snake corner, snake 1. They've got the field spread, and they're crossing it up. Good shot of where the
Marky's just been
Notorious players are.
Marky's been at that brick, just holding the line on that D side.
Yeah. Good discipline.
So battle going down here in the snake. Notorious on the left-hand side of your screen. You can see him in the shadow there in the snake. and just has his gun up in case Matt Jackson calls around it. Now, Jackson's not close enough to do that yet, and a double stack of bodies for San Antonio X Factor up in this snake. They also have a double stack of bodies on the D side, but have been trapped in D1 and D2. And it looks like they're going to lose a body, so it might have been, Markey came off that lane. I think that, who was that? Couldn't see who shot that, who shot Tim.
Yeah, I can't either.
So TJ Danner, the anchor over there for San Antonio X Factor, but they don't have a lead to protect, so it's a 3-on-4 situation in favor of Notorious. But Notorious pushing the issue, trying to rip that crossfield lane, and they get that crossfield kill on TJ Danner, and he's going to pop the top here, try to make something happen. Actually going to do a little retreat. Waiting for X Factor to react, but...
Yeah, Markey having a good game, going through, seeing what's going on, reading the seams, pressing up the pressure.
Ooh, Logan Dyer getting caught over the top, but a concession happens as that went down. It was actually a 2-on-2 at that moment, unless he traded out.
No,
Did he trade out?
2-on-2.
Okay, it was going to be a 2-on-2, but 6:45, even in a 2-on-2, point conceded, I believe, by X Factor, and that's going to spot Notorious a point. X Factor still some work to do here, Rich.
Yep. And again, Notorious is playing really, really well, but I think if they fall into the trap of playing long, slow points against X Factor is going to win the match like by 1 point or something like that, right? If they get those kills early, I feel like they should apply more pressure and not let X Factor kind of get comfortable out there. Because they're real, real good when they're comfortable.
Let's listen in the pits right now with Notorious up a couple on X Factor.
Dynasty with 5 alive, Matt. Killing 1 on the break, Kyle Berry. Referee's running in, pulling the snake. No penalty. So 4-on-4, 4-on-3 now. Another player from ML Kings taking a walk.
Yeah, Dynasty crawling up into D-side snake 1. Going to get a little help, though, getting into as well. Getting into D2. So it's Blake Yarbrough over there into D2.
4-on-2 advantage here for Dynasty.
Yeah, so Dynasty with this big high body situation and a lead, Rich, even though it's just 1 point, really doesn't need to push the issue right now.
Oh. Dynasty player, I believe Chris Shear being eliminated from the D side of the field. Cross shot from Azevedo. Azevedo gets another one. Azevedo gets another one.
Oh, Azevedo then now going to trade out.
1-on-1 now, Matty.
So, yeah, Greenspan and Margot coming off in that, and a body coming off, another body coming off. So, it comes down to a 1-on-1 with Chris Shear walking off. So, it's going to be Blake Yarbrough. And who is this in the middle?
That was a 4-on-2.
Is that Peterson?
Yeah, it was a 4-on-2. Now it's a 1-on-1. I can't see the Hertz Bunkers block. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that's Peterson. Ooh, going to do the pod. We haven't seen the throw the pod trick yet. So basically, take a full pod, you chuck it out of bunker. Hopefully, it moves. But in a 1-on-1, you got to be careful because, you know, how many bullets do you have on your back, right?
Yeah, and it's hard to pull the trigger also while you're throwing a pod.
Well, the ML Kings, so Dynasty has a lead, so it does give an advantage to Blake. He's on his side of the field. He's in the Doritos. That's best case scenario. We talked about this in a 1-on-1 situation earlier, that I really like my guy in those Doritos, giving him some options by our buzzer to protect with a lead.
I like this, too, because Peterson and Blake are both kind of bruisers. So that's kind of the two bruisers on the squads going head-to-head. He loves throwing those pods.
Blake plays a lot of 1-on-1s. He's been helping train Todd Boyer for the duel.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So Blake's pretty experienced. I had Blake on my team in the joust, and he really helped me out. So,
but he did lose Peterson here. He picks him back up.
Yeah, but it's tough. Crawling on your belly in a 1-on-1 is a tough call.
Yeah, that's a tough call. Because re-engaging that first gunfight, you're at a big disadvantage.
He gets out of there.
Yeah, he does. And then Blake's playing the open. Got to watch that. Playing in the open like that, it's very challenging. You got to live behind.
Oh, and Blake, kill. Hey, risky, but it works out for Blake Yarbrough. It's just, like I said, man, Blake trains 1-on-1s a lot. He's very comfortable in these positions, and that was a big point win here and a 1-on-1 victory for Blake Yarbrough. That's going to extend the lead. Burnt a little bit of time off the clock, so we're under 10 minutes to go, and Blake's going to wait for the ML Kings to concede this one, or is he just going to hit it? He's just going to hit it because they need spread right now. They need that point spread. Yeah, because Dynasty, 2 losses for San Diego Dynasty. They lost to Infamous by 2, and then they lost, I believe, by 1 to Fit. So sitting in a -3 here. Let's listen in real quick.
Nobody expects calling down, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah, Blake.
Nice shot, Blake.
Yeah, Blake. Way to go, Blake.
Well, I was yelling snake. Did you not hear that?
Hey, guys, that was a 4-on-2.
Yeah, but
it was a 4-on-2, you guys.
Yes, you're right.
We have to be in the snake to counteract their snake guy. Then he pops up in the inside. He got 3 fucking kills. That's why we want, even if we're just in snake,
Ryan gets it.
waiting for him to come. Because as soon as he picks his gun up and shoots inside.
Yeah, that was an accurate diagnosis of Dynasty's issue that brought it down to a one-on-one. So
I feel like Ryan's finally coming into his own
after all these years.
Yeah.
2-point spread here. See if X Factor can have a comeback victory.
Meter getting a check in the back there from the ref. Looks like he's alive. 5-on-5 for both. 5 alive for both teams, Matt.
Matt Jackson pushing the issue up the middle of the field, getting to that wedge, try to shut down the lane to the snake. No one in the snake right now with Axel. Axel Godin at snake 2. He does have to worry about that back center to push himself into snake 3.
Good calls from both teams. Marky Franz not releasing up to that brick on the D side this time. Holding back. Now releasing into D2. So defensive positions for the Notorious, Matt. They've got snake corner, snake temple, back center, Dorito 1 and Dorito 3. And those are kind of the spots, like we talked about earlier with Joey, that if you're going to lock down the field, those are kind of the spots you want to be in.
Yeah, Notorious is doing so good on the offense, though, that let's see. If you play defense, what do you got to do? Make your shots, right?
Yep. Well, make your shots and control your zones. You can't let the other team fill all over the spots, right? You got to contain the guys. You got to make your shots. Axel coming up, trying to get that cross shot kill. They know he's now on their side of the field in their snake, so they're playing very, very tight in their spots. But in my position, in my opinion, you should be in the snake if you don't want them to come to your end of the snake. Just because the guy in the snake has so many options, being able to go forward, backwards, left, right, high, low.
Well, Rich, there's a double stack of bodies in here for San Antonio X Factors. Meter Ninos is right behind Axel Godin, just a little off your screen for everyone at home. He's going to do a little retreat. So Meter's already right back there with him. He's literally right there to the left. But they have 5 minutes to work with here, Rich.
Oh, I think back center just got shot, Matt. I don't know if anybody sees it.
Yeah,
he's calling for a check.
This back center is just, once they get past that gap and get up into D3 and you don't have anyone in the snake, that spot gets real tight. So he takes the walk, and it's one less gun here for Notorious.
Yeah, X Factor needed that.
So Logan Dyer, Archie Barnes Jr. trying to hold the line as Tim Stetzel gets into the 50-yard line here on your screen on the D side. So the pinch is...
Axel Godin taking the walk, though, for X Factor, Matty.
Yeah, but this is why having the twos, those second attackers close are nice, because Meter Ninos is right there. So even though, yeah, tough death for Axel, but Meter's right there to take over the attack. Matt Jackson's probing in the middle. Oh, but then Matt Jackson gets smoked, so the line being held nicely here by Notorious. Oh, but ABJ tries to sneak in. He's going to get a minor, and that's going to pull out Logan Dyer. Now no one on the snake side here with Meter Nino, so he's got a little bit of time to work with. He's going to have some nice crossfield angles. He shoots out D3. D1 goes back, blocking out Meter with the can.
1-on-1? No, 2-on-1 X Factor. Or 3-on-1 X Factor. And ABJ made a mistake there. He should have just got off the field when he got shot because that penalty was bad.
Yeah, tough break there for Notorious getting that penalty. But I do agree with you. You know, but a lot of these young, you know, again, Archie kind of just got here.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a similar situation. See some of these young, really hyper-aggressive pros looking really good on the full-court press attacks when they get into the 50s, running people down, getting 2-3 packs. And then when you put them in a back bunker and have them have to play defense and hold the line in a tough situation, that pressure moment when you're playing a good team, you're up a couple, we're starting to see some mistakes out there.
Yeah, the standard for being a top professional paintball player is very high. And when we respect you, we hold you to that standard. And then when you fall below that standard, we point it out, right? It's almost like our jobs.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen you do it really well a bunch of times. And if your quest is to be elite, right? Because ABJ's quest is to be elite.
I feel like he is.
He's definitely elite, but again, on the attack, right?
Clean it up. We had all the spots. 100%. Amigo. 100%. Settle in a little bit.
Guys, don't overextend. Relax. Play fucking paintball. Don't overextend. I felt like zero most times, and I was like, I think it's me. Oh, yeah, you're in. All right, guys.
Dynasty almost losing that last point, but really been in the driver's seat this whole match.
Well, they did almost blow a 4-on-2.
I don't know.
They worry about me first.
That's why Ryan was,
no, that's what we just said.
Hey, good job, Blake. But, guys, we almost lost a 4-on-2. What are we doing?
Well, I think he was pressing the issue that we talked about yesterday, right? If you're in the snake, you have to understand that you can't let them come to our side and kill everybody and then go forward.
So on the breakout right now, Dynasty still with a 2-point lead, courtesy of Blake Yarber. And they shoot a body on the break. Let's see if they can do zone control. They let ML Kings filter a body out, but they shoot another one from that D side. So it is it should be a 4 on 5. But Dynasty is on their side already here in the Snake.
Yeah, this match, Dynasty has won every single breakout, Matty. They've taken more real estate and shot more guys on the break every single time. And in the first 30 seconds of the match, it's a 5-on-3. And they just have such a big advantage that if the ML Kings was 10 times as good a team as they are, they still would have a tough spot. They're just down on bodies and down on position.
Here on your screen, Archie Montemayor onto the ML King side. And then battle just went down as Danny Schonauer feasting.
5-on-2, Matty. Dynasty with the advantage. Azevedo's going to try to go 4 and get punished. Archie was nice, only gave him a couple.
And then smartly, he immediately switches his gun around. Danny's already in their backfield, and the last kill here for San Diego Dynasty to start stacking up scores. So ideal situation right now for Dynasty, starting to stack up points.
Which they desperately need.
Yeah, so they're sitting at if they win this game, and it's not going to stay this way. There's still a ton of time left, 8:45, because points are going pretty quick. But again, they were 0-2, -3 yesterday.
30 seconds.
Back in the pits with Dynasty. Looking a lot more like themselves today.
Yeah, like I said, I bet that meeting last night was amazing.
Hey, good playing, Danny.
Yeah, if it wasn't giving away secrets, they should start selling tickets for those meetings.
Well, even come out with that meeting on Monday, right? Put those 3 meetings together with a short video on, like, this is where we started. These are the changes that we made. This is how we executed those changes.
Well, they actually do. So they have the Dynasty Champions Club, which is a pretty cool thing because they have, obviously, it's expensive, but they give away all these insane gifts and these raffles, and then they have these Dynasty Club meetings where they kind of do that after the case.
Yeah, that's
so they'll be
perfect.
like, all right, so we won the tournament and we went 0-2. Here's how we did it,
Listen, they're the most successful team in history. They clearly have something to teach everybody about paintball, so the more insight we can get into those guys, the better it is. Especially now that they're getting so old that they might not be around for much longer. Got a little bit of a timeout here. I don't know if we're reviewing another call.
Well, yeah, and you can see the players are hiding in the shadows because when you do any time you can get your pack in a shadow and not getting blasted by the sun, that's the intelligent way to do it.
Yeah, the sun and humidity is the enemy of the perfect paintball, which is a very brittle paintball. Just hard enough or pliable enough to get out of the gun, but brittle enough to break when it hits on the player.
So this one's still close here. See if X Factor with 3:41. They're going to double up that back center and go heavy guns. Does it produce a kill? It does not. So it's 5-on-5. Now they got to get out of that double up back center. They get TJ Danner up into D2.
Marky Franz getting a check in that D side can. And he is eliminated, and he gets a penalty. Yeah, that's on Marky. He literally called that referee over there, and they got pissed off when they got the penalty. 3-on-5 advantage here for X Factor as Axel goes from Snake 1 to Snake 2. Meter fills in the corner behind him. Colt Roberts back center.
Yeah, not a way to preserve the lead, right? Making that penalty mistake.
No.
They do have a good crossfield spread, but it's a 5-on-3 situation with 3 minutes left.
Yeah, they are in the right spots, but the D-side top guy is vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
He's on an island over there by himself, and it's very hard to protect yourself in that 50-yard line over there.
Then he's going to call third. They're probably going to trade out right now. Ooh, did they trade? They did. Okay, so that bodes well for San Antonio X Factor's chances here,
Timmy, right?
Because the trade for Tim Setzel to trade out, that leaves 2 bodies left alive for Notorious. They're stuck on one side of the field, and with TJ Danner over there, he's hard to shoot. So
yep, he's going to probably not die and eventually work up that tape.
Yeah, good crossfield spread here.
2-on-4 advantage for X Factor.
Did X Factor drop another body? Because I see either that or we have the count wrong on the screen.
They've got the 50 on the top side, Snake 1, Snake 2, and back center.
Yeah, definitely 4. So 4. It's a 4-on-2.
Yeah, Colt's just been on the D side of that back center, I think, on the containment.
And great job by TJ to realize that, yeah, we have 2 minutes to work with, but he had the opportunity to move up in that 50 to really increase those angles and made it in there clean. Actually, not quite at the 50 yet. He's at D2, but, Snake side, the second notch up in the Snake on the D side. So, and then here comes a move from Axel Godin. He's going to cut through and run the highway to trade out. So definitely continuing to put X Factor in better situations here in this high body moment, which is 1 body left alive.
3-on-1. And X Factor going to win this point.
This has been a good game, though.
Yeah, it has, really. Especially because, you know, X Factor being the favorite, going down a couple points early, back and forth. Good little snake battles.
Yeah, so they're not in a hurry to get in here and hit this one. They're going to wait for the concession, so it's going to be a minute and 17 seconds left. Oh, no, actually, Meter hit the buzzer. Tied 3 apiece. Definitely with fields playing, Rich.
Overtime.
But now the question is, from a game plan perspective, is do you try to go out here and win this one, or do you play for an overtime so you can get 5 minutes to work with?
I think if you're X Factor, you should be confident enough to try to go out and win that point.
Well, and also it comes down to the break, right? Because if you shoot, if you're X Factor and you shoot 2 bodies on the break and you put yourself in a 5-on-3,
you go.
Yeah, then you go.
If you lose 2, you lock it up.
If you lose 2, you lock it up. And if it's a 5-on-5, then you have to really think long and hard about it.
Yeah, I mean, if they're in the right positions and you're, you know, you don't have a big body advantage, then there's no reason just to run into the guns, other than bravado.
So Dynasty, it's been almost all Dynasty here.
Yeah. Dynasty, snake corner, Dorito 3 on the break. Dorito 3 with Chris Shear immediately going forward. Or that's Danny, I can't tell, sorry. Look like Chris. ML Kings with 5 bodies alive. Harris Hussein getting the fill from back center up the middle. Just barely gets caught going in there.
Good zone control from San Diego Dynasty to give themselves an advantage, and they shoot out a body on the D side. So it's just 3 players left alive right now for the ML Kings, with Chris Shear already at that 50-yard line on the Dorito side in the snake.
ML Kings are playing 5-on-3 almost every point, Matty.
Yeah, whatever adjustments that Dynasty made for off-the-break shots, whether it's mental or strategy, is working out great for them today. They definitely scouted the ML Kings really well, too. Because they're not missing him much at all.
Nope. And playing 5-on-3, you know, with basically no pressure, really allows you to focus on your communication and your teamwork, right? And kind of really fine-tune and hone in your teamwork. And that's what you really want to develop out here, you know, by the time you get to Sunday afternoon.
Well, Chris Shear's taken a lot of pressure off his teammates by being on the ML King side.
Well, it's 5-on-2, so there's only 2 guys from the ML Kings that can shoot at 2 of the Dynasty players. Oh, sorry, 3-on-2 or 4-on-2?
It's 5-on-3.
5-on-3, sorry.
Yeah, so D1,
that's
back
Snake
center.
one, sorry.
Yeah, back center and Snake 1 for the ML Kings. Arturo Andrade is now also up on their side, so things looking very good for Dynasty continuing here.
And he's got Archie and Marcelo behind him. It's got to give you a lot of confidence, right?
Absolutely. And also, Dynasty needs every point they can get, but they are burning clock off with a pretty big lead in a high body situation.
Already gets a kill out of back center. Now it goes to get Snake 1 off the communications of Archie. 4-on-1 now. As ML Kings player releases forward. I think that's Blue over there. Gets caught. Dynasty winning this point again. And man, they're doing such a good job of not shooting the first 2 guys on the break. When the next 2 guys make their first bounces, they get both of those guys.
They're playing up bodies most of the points. They're taking great ground. You can even see body language, like Chris Shear when he was attacking on the D side, or whoever, it doesn't matter. Archie did point before. Everyone on Dynasty is very focused right now. They are lasered in on their jobs. They know all these angles. They obviously had a long meeting last night. They're not missing their shots. Yeah, one of these points had to be won by Blake, and they did have Notorious, but just overall, they look like San Diego Dynasty right now.
Yep. Big improvement from yesterday. Kind of what you would expect Dynasty to do in that situation, right?
Well, they're not unfamiliar with this moment. You know, it's not like in their entire careers they've never lost 2 games on day 1. So it's tough, but they've been here before.
X Factor 2-1-2.
Ooh, this is a good one here, Rich. So a little over a minute to go. Are they going to play for the win or play for overtime? Depends on the break.
ABJ Snake on the break, and they catch him. So 5-on-4 advantage for X Factor. Notorious can't afford to lose another body here, and they do. They lose the Snake Side Temple, Matty. 5-on-3 advantage for X Factor as Colt Roberts starts to shift up the center of the field. No, it's not. Sorry, that's Matt Jackson.
Yeah, looking good here for the chances of X Factor try to steal this win. This come from behind victory as they're flooding bodies with Axel Godin and Matt Jackson. He gets past the 50. Ooh, does get caught though, but they shoot out the back Aztec, and then here the flooding bodies on both sides.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, Axel comes off still, 2 bodies, 1 body, and I think they're going to be able to do it. Now, they did it so fast though that this is going to give Notorious a chance.
They should have slowed that down a little bit. Those kills were just coming fast. I like Matt Jackson's move up the center seam there. especially when you get those outside kills. He had a containment, got the next guy coming out, and kind of clinched that point.
He did get caught, but the combo of Jackson's aggression in the middle and then the quickly flooding bodies up out on the sidelines worked out great for him because Notorious just had no time to react.
Yeah, by the time he got caught, he'd already done all the damage he needed to do.
That middle move's there. We've seen it now 5-6 times, and it's worked out, I think, every single time.
Yeah, as long as you don't go to the well too many times, as long as you're not kind of relying on that one spot and you can kind of get up there every once in a while, it's very good because there's so much focus down the tapes to get to that next position.
And then this guy is going to be Fuzz.
Down the D5 across the back, Matt.
Yeah, 5 across the back. A lot of guys running and shooting to their spots, too. I think Blake caught a hot bouncer on the top of his head.
Yep.
But they make, okay, so Danny gets shot out. Referee's still checking out Blake. Arturo gets into the snake. Blake is alive. He goes into D2. So opportunity for the ML Kings with 6:25 left because they didn't lose anybody. It's a 5-on-4 situation, but Artie's in a really good position in the snake.
Yeah, one of the few times that they've been up on bodies in this match. Good fill to the core there. Oh, gets caught. Great zone control from Dynasty. They bounced him going out and then caught him on the overfill. Harris Hussein sees that, makes the great move from back center to the snake temple. Let's see if he can get outside. Yeah, they can't contain Harris. He gets out to the snake corner. He's got Azevedo in front of him. Again, Dynasty in a 4-on-4 situation here. Good field position. Even bodies, up by 4 points. Nothing but time on their hands. Marcel's in back center. Ryan Greenspan in the corner. I believe it's Arturo, but I can't see.
It's Arturo.
Yeah, in Snake 3. And then they've got
Ryan
Marcelo in back center.
And Ryan behind him.
Yep.
So, and Marcel's going to flood Snake Way, so that's going to leave Blake on an island over there.
Oh,
on
and
the
Blake
side.
gets pieced up. He looks into a ball, so that's Marcelo's going to have to look. Oh, and Marcelo gets caught. Looks like the Kings might sneak out this point, Maddie.
Yeah, Arturo's going to. Ooh, that was close. Arturo has a little bit of a decent proof for his argument right there, but they ended up trading, ended up going bang, bang move. So Greenspan, lone soldier over here to make it happen for San Diego Dynasty, almost catches the body diving into his Dorito 3, and so he's going to have to launch on an attack now and get into a safer position. So he puts himself in a position where he can stay alive from that guy for sure.
Other guys on that side too, Maddie. It's a Dorito 50, Dorito 3, 2-on-1 advantage for ML Kings. Ryan gets shot going down the tape. Oh, don't get a penalty, Ryan. Oh, Ryan does a penalty there.
That's a rare mistake from Ryan because they had a huge lead. They have a 4-point lead, right? And he didn't even need to make that move across unless he didn't know the count, because having both bodies on that D side, but knowing that there's 2 of them, I'm just assuming he did know the count. So it's 1-on-2. Both of the bodies you're shooting at are on the D side. We have a pretty big lead. Like, I guess maybe beat him to the buzzer is what he was thinking. But the fact that and also Ryan's not, he's the GOAT, dude. Like, he's not going to get shot right in front of 3 refs and then continue to shoot unless he did not know he was shot.
Yeah, I saw the ball that hit him in the back break off of him, and usually I think he stops there and brings his gun up, but so I don't know what happened. A little disconnect there.
Come on, dog.
Like you said, like the worst place to do it, right? 3 refs standing right there. You take a bounce in the back. 99% of the time, Ryan just brings his gun up and stops shooting.
I've seen him play all of the paintball, and that's not a mistake Ryan Greenspan normally makes. But it does open the door a little bit here because these points have gone so fast. There's still some time left. So now 38 seconds left. See if X Factor can hold the line and seal up this win. Flooding down the field here. Austin Notorious running into these guns. They're going to be losing a body here. Snake side. Pushing the issue in the middle. They're also in the D side. Snake 1. X Factor just blazing guns from these back positions. They're going to eat up that first attacker on the D side. They also shoot Bogdan in the middle. So options dwindling here for Notorious with 14 seconds left.
Danner comes and trades out on the D side.
Still 1 body attacking on that top side. It's a 1-on-2 here.
Oh, no one's looking at him, though. He's going to get one of them, I think.
Oh, he goes through. He gets one. As
1-on-1.
Time expires. So come from behind victory here for San Antonio X Factor to keep their undefeated record, as X Factor was in a battle against Diesel yesterday and then smoked Aftermath and shut him out. 6-0 Mercy Rule win there. And now a hard-fought come from behind victory against Notorious. 3-0, looking pretty dialed.
Looking real dialed.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't look as dialed in the start of this one, but with the come from behind victory, nice work.
And honestly, we talk about it, right? I think FSU or Notorious is just playing really good paintball. I don't think X Factor necessarily looked worse than they did yesterday. I think Notorious is just no pressure. Let's just go down the field. We understand how to play this field. We're going to play it the best we can and just let it fall.
Yeah, Notorious ends their tournament here 1-3, so they're going to miss Sunday. But as one of the teams down ranked near the bottom of the 20 pro teams, sitting at 18th, it definitely helps their chances to not get relegated.
ML Kings with 3 out of back center. They get a kill and they don't lose. They get 2 kills. No, 1 kill and don't lose anybody. So 5-on-4 advantage here for the ML Kings. Dynasty down a body here. They've got Snake Corner, Snake Temple. ML Kings losing their first attacker D side.
Here comes Harris Hussein rumbling up the middle. He gets that. Hurts. Tower going to see a penalty assessed on Chris Shear. That's going to pull out, and he had to run all the way over to pull out Archie in the back corner bunker.
So I think it's a 2-on-1 now, or 3-on-1 with just Ryan Greenspan alive, and Ryan Greenspan almost getting another penalty. Careful there, bro.
So that's 2 penalties in a row for Dynasty, throwing away the buffer of points that they'd started to stack up. Harris starting to chirp at Dynasty. That's probably not a good idea.
It's a great idea for Harris because it's super, super fun and super funny when he does it. Not a great idea for the team.
So it's back to a 2-point spread here with some time. I mean, this game is not over yet. 3:45 on the clock, a 2-point spread. These are quick points out here.
I'm glad you said that.
No, Kings can. Dynasty really needs to refocus right now. That's just 2 penalties in a row, early deaths, and good for the ML Kings to not just, oh, hey, we're getting smoked, whatever, this game's over already. No, they stayed mentally focused, started dishing Dynasty a taste of their own medicine, and Dynasty definitely has to sit in this pit right now and refocus.
Well, and Dynasty was so dominant at 3 points. The reason I said I like the way you said that is because I kind of checked out. I was like, this match is over. Dynasty's already won it. The rest of it's academic. And now you look at the scoreboard and you're like, hey, bro, that's not the case. You got to reset your brain because they were so dominant those first 2 points, right?
Yeah, they really were. I mean, stacking up the lead like we were talking about, they really looked like themselves again. So maybe just a little complacency on Dynasty because, again, 2 penalties in a row for them. Right? And, again, also, guys, if you're watching out here and you're in the pro league and you're scouting and you're playing this afternoon, the refs are throwing a lot of penalties out here, okay? So just be careful. Know that going in.
Well, and it could be a case of Dynasty really not wanting to show too much, but they've got to be more. I would think at this point they're more concerned about margin than they are about showing game plan.
They were 0-2, -3 yesterday. So they're sitting now still, if they win this and it ends up with a 2-point spread, they'll still be negative, and now they need to go and blast away. But in their next game, and that game's against Aftershock.
Yeah,
so
Shock is playing good.
This is the game that Dynasty has to put up a big score.
Archie, your eyes for the snake.
Let's listen in real quick.
Archie, on the last one, I went corner. They have the back center. Be mindful of that.
I'm shooting the snake way.
Okay, cool. You want me to stay in the corner then? We're winning.
Hey, expect an alpha.
Play
it smart. Play it smart.
Don't run into a stream.
Hey, boys, expect an alpha. Expect an alpha.
Okay. I'm just going to do it. Kenny told me to do it. I'm just going to do it. You're going to go all the way around.
That's a good call. Coach tells you to do it, do it.
No, I think you look for the paint. If it's not there, you get it. If it is, then stop.
And look inside.
5.
Both teams 2-1-2. Yosh Rao and Harris Hussein back center for their respective teams.
ML Kings going out in the blind zone, and they lose a body on the break, so the off-the-break shot's out here for Dynasty, but they lose 1, though.
4-on-5 advantage. 4-on-3 advantage here for ML Kings with Danny and Dorito 2 for Dynasty. Yosh Rao and the Snake Temple. Oh, and Arturo getting caught going from the tournament. That's what they told him. They said, look for the paint. If it's there, don't go, and he went into the paint. 2-on-4 advantage here for the Kings, Matt.
Yeah, this is a great break again for the Kings.
Well, and there's 3 minutes left. If the Kings can win this point quickly and only be down by 1 point and leave themselves, a minute 30 left or so in this match, they've got a good chance.
Well, they killed so many bodies so quick that I don't know the Kings know the count.
Yeah, but to be fair, the Kings don't need to know the count because they have to go forward regardless, right?
Yeah, true. But 3 minutes, 2 points. They don't need to run into guns yet.
Harris gets through that gap, gets to the wing over here. He's in a critical position. He needs to get one more. The ML Kings need to get one more kill on Dynasty. Dynasty got Yosh Rao in the snake corner.
It was a good fill for Yosh to make that fill out.
100%. Great fill. And like you said, Yosh has always had amazing timing. So even though there's 4 bodies out there putting pressure on Yosh, he's able to see that gap and make it out there. Danny and Harris working against each other here in the center of the field. Harris looking to get Danny.
Yeah, Harris with a nice move across. Doesn't have the angle from there because the brick blocks him out, but then Danny's going to get shot down the sideline here. That's going to leave just Yosh Rao in the back corner bunker to try to burn as much time off the clock as possible. But again,
4-on-1.
And Dynasty just squandering this spread. They had a big lead, but ML Kings answering again and again and again to turn this into a 1-point match. Probably around 2 minutes left to go.
Time. He's good on my side.
Kings looking good.
Skinny Peterson with the buzzer hit.
I patted him on the stomach earlier. And he's like, that hurt your hand? I was yeah, bro. Yeah, it did. Your diamond abs cut my hand up.
Yeah, lost 20, 25 pounds.
Yeah, it looks good, man. Harris Hussein with a good point there.
Yeah.
Stayed alive.
Well, that one really came out of the break. It's got a better break. It's 4-on-2 pretty quick. It was 4-on-3.
They did the exact same thing to Dynasty as Dynasty did to them the first 3 points. They shot 2 on the break and then capitalized.
Would have liked Artie to stay alive in that spot.
Yeah.
If you're a Dynasty.
Yep.
Because if it was because they shot a body in the break, so if it go and as the dust settles, it's 4-3. But then Artie, as they told him not to do it, hey, read the streams, don't run into a stream.
Yeah, and you play differently when you're up by 3 or 4 points, right? So normally you'd want Artie to go there, but with that being down on bodies and up on points, you generally stay in that corner.
Well, and if we didn't hear what they had said at the when we mic'd up that start gate, try to give you guys the full experience here. But if we didn't hear that, it made me think, okay, Arturo's thinking, hey, we still need spread because we lost 2 yesterday, still sitting negative.
Push.
And that's why he'd push. But they told him not to run into the streams. He'd asked them, should I stay in the corner or not? They said, feel it.
And the answer to that question is always do what the coach told you to do, right? Because if it doesn't work, then you can go back to the coach and say, hey, man, I tried what you wanted. It didn't work. And then you can make the adjustment. But if you don't try, you don't know if it works or not. That's literally what the coaches are there for. Good shot of Ryan Greenspan. Double looking at some of those angles. That I feel like you called it, Maddie, like that Temple snake side is probably the hardest bunker on the field to play.
Just seeing a lot of guys either get stuck there or die out of that spot. I mean, it's a great primary position. But with how offensive both these sidelines are, a D-side snake is super potent. Obviously, the standard snake, very, very potent.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
Hey, what are you guys doing?
Big point for Dynasty, huge point for the ML Kings. ML Kings had a win against Fit in overtime and then lost to Shock yesterday by 4. And then this morning lost to Infamous. So to have any chance of making it to Sunday, the spread's not going to be good even if they win this one, because it would be a win by 1 probably. But still, 2-2, and then they're also in 17th. So if they go 2-2, it really helps them out to not have to be in that relegation equation as we head into Cup with double points for World Cup.
You act like you're running and shooting.
Important point, Sunday implications here. Dynasty versus ML Kings if you're just tuning in. The 2 minutes on the clock.
Kings with 5 alive. They shoot Yosh Ratter back center, so 5-on-4 advantage for the Kings, Maddie.
Yeah, those doubled up guns worked out here for ML Kings, and also running and gunning out to spots to get that inside lane. Lots of back guys that are dying on this layout. So it's a 4-on-5 situation here in favor of the ML Kings, but Dynasty taking a decent amount of ground. They're in both snakes, both snake ones, so it's a 2-2 here for Dynasty. 2 bodies D side, 2 bodies snake side, no one in the middle.
Yeah, and like Joey said, if you want to be defensive on this team, you got to do it from the front, and Dynasty gets that by going forward into those key positions. Still with, kind of protecting their 1-point lead.
Oh, and they're going to be losing Archie Montemayor.
That never happens.
Ooh,
so 5-on-3 advantage here. Again, ML Kings are doing the exact same thing to Dynasty as Dynasty started off the match to them. 1 minute, 12 seconds left, down by 1.
This is a big moment. It's been lots of big moments out here for Dynasty, but in this low body situation, somebody needs to either just hold the line, hope that ML Kings
Ryan Greenspan can't
space on the opportunity. Yeah, I mean, Greenspan's on an island. Chris Shear has moved up. Maybe he can even this up a little bit here. Oh, pinching that back center. He did, so Chris Shear's going to get a big kill on Harris Hussein in that back center. Now it's a 3-on-4.
Lucky Harris didn't get a penalty there.
Chris Shear almost got that kill down the sideline too, but then stays alive, so now 40 seconds to go.
3-on-3, Matt.
Here comes a move up the middle. Did he get eaten up? No, he did. So Chris Shear is dicing people up from that D side. Chris Shear now has that side to himself as 2 more bodies have walked off. So Chris Shear turning the tables here on the ML Kings with 27 seconds left. They need this point
Matt, that went from a 5-on-3 to a 3-on-2 Dynasty advantage now.
Kyle Berry always seems to be doing damage control in low body situations. They let him go all the way coast to coast run, and then he ends up getting the drop in on Chris. Here we can see a major penalty actually assessed on Kyle Berry, and that's under 60 seconds, and that's going to immediately stop the clock and throw the point to Dynasty. They're going to get the 2-point spread. They're going to get the victory. 9 seconds left. I don't know if they're going to play this point or burn it off. Won't really matter as far as who wins or loses this game, but it could matter for score. Ooh, but still, Dynasty just throwing a lot of points away. I think at one point in time they had a 4-point lead in this one.
5-1, Matt.
Respect to the ML Kings.
Respect.
Game on. Points approved.
So Kyle Berry, yeah, so there's still 10 seconds left. It looks like they're going to play this next point. Kyle Berry wheels and deals in those situations a lot. Typically doesn't get penalties when he's making those big dynamic moves.
He's great.
But you are always at a risk of that. Because just like Greenspan got an uncharacteristic penalty earlier in a similar situation, pushing into guns in a low body moment, when you're running, blasting downfield, focusing on incoming streams and putting things together in your head, sometimes you don't feel that little click in your pack or the loader or wherever. You know, sometimes they just don't know. Because Kyle Berry's experience at this point, he's a real smart guy. He's not going to be getting a major typically on a hit that he felt. So,
well, it's an interesting situation too, because if Kyle drew the red there, and there was no one left to pull, ML Kings might have to start with 3. And with this little time, Dynasty's probably going to try to go for it just because they need margin. So it should be an entertaining point for us.
Yeah, possibly 10 seconds that's right at the, of what's possible in a point. Yeah, we've seen 9-second points. We've seen 10-second points. We've seen a 7-second point. Chad Boucher from Houston Heat.
But a 5-on-3 kind of creates the opportunity.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a good point.
It's highly unlikely.
But you do put yourself at a risk for your own major when you are running and gunning downfield if you're Dynasty. So yeah. I don't know if
you got to put somebody trusted up there like Archie, someone who's fast but also makes really good decisions.
So now this puts them in a situation where Dynasty is going to be in a must-win situation against Aftershock. That's going to be a must-watch game. It'll be after the lunch break at 1:45. No, actually, it's the 12 o'clock set.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, so right before the lunch break here, Central Time. And also, that's X Factor versus Impact and Dynasty versus Aftershock.
Yeah. Do not fall asleep. Those are the matches you want to watch, guys. Bangers before lunch. Yosh doing last-minute time tunes back there. Adjusting the guns. Oh, King's got 5 buys in the box. Maybe it was a minor on Kyle and he just threw the wrong flag.
Then you need to
math ain't mathing on that one.
Before he can shoot Archie in the pack.
Well, because they stopped it, point still Dynasty. Yeah. But if they have 5 bodies out there,
if they only start with 3 guys, should we try to push it?
You hear the conversation they're having now. If they only start with 3, should we try to go? No. Lock it down. Be safe. Just take that win.
If they had 20 seconds or 30 seconds, I'd say if we were on a power play, let's try. For sure. But with 10, I think I'd say, okay, let's just take this 2-point victory. Now we have to go beat Aftershock, and we need to win by 2, 3.
I would probably trust Ryan or Archie to go through the middle. I would say, hey, let's do 4 shooters at back center, and then we trail out to the corners. When the guns shoot out sort, then Archie or Ryan go through. And if you get shot, you just stop shooting.
Yeah, we're not going to get it in 9 seconds.
Yeah, let's listen in.
Our best chance is them getting chewing them up and not getting a major.
Yeah, that's true.
So put paint on them. Put paint on them and be alive. Or let them shoot you.
Yeah,
very pragmatic those rounds. Put paint on them, be alive. Guarantee that win.
Yeah, so the clock has stopped. I think Jason's probably still reviewing the point. The penalty from before.
Yeah, because it's a big deal in this point, whether you start with 3 or 5 with as close as the score is.
Yeah, so, I mean, Kyle was the last guy left alive. A major was thrown.
I like the idea of having, like, 1 challenge per half or something.
But I want to hear what they're saying because these are unique moments for our fans out here.
But what if I round the corner and try to pull guns? No, we need to make sure we're alive.
Okay, you got your corner.
We're taking a risk. Everything else is just for safety.
So, Harry, just be really aware.
feel your back, all that.
Right, but Harry, again, do not shoot. If a guy's not seeing you, you just keep going.
Anybody, it's a minor, so that's good.
Honestly, yeah, just run for the flag. Put your gun down and run for it.
Shoot the wide on the break.
That's cool. But he's saying afterwards, just go for the flag.
Yes, go in the middle of the field.
Looks like they're going to try to keep Fry as a trailing runner to try to maybe go for it if they get some kills.
Right, try to wrap. You want to go inside and rounding it, basically.
You're great. You're right that these are the conversations that we don't usually hear.
10 seconds. There's basically no time to stop. There's not a lot of time to stop.
So they're reviewing that what will happen if they don't
Pretty much
take the major away?
What's that?
Will that put just the body over there, or will
it might
they?
be 3. It might be a 5-on-3.
Mike's picking up our drone back there. Maybe a little bit higher with the drone, get it off that mic.
Yeah, that's a very sensitive mic because the drone is probably 30 or 40 feet up behind him, giving you this shot you're looking at right now. This is the drone shot.
Nope, that's the behind the camera.
Is it?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But same position.
Yeah, maybe I'll have that guy try to shoot
Yeah, I think the wire. Well, I'm going to be shooting the wire.
I love how long this conversation, because the extra time is just it's evolving.
Well, one, this is a unique look, but for everyone out there that plays tournament paintball, you might think, oh, this game's over. There's 9 seconds left. They have a 2-point spread. Nothing's going to happen. It's just to get your spots and stay alive. No, they just had a 3-minute long conversation about all the intricacies that could potentially happen.
Oh, ML Kings are going to get a penalty here. Yeah, minor penalty on Kings.
So they got a chance. There's actually 12 seconds, so there's 8 seconds left to go, and Harry's going to run through first to draw the guns.
It's a penalty.
It might be a major. Yeah, that guy took a while to get out of D3, and the refs were literally running over to pull him out. So if I was Dynasty, I would be pleading my case right now.
Yeah, because there was 2 penalties that should have been thrown on the Kings.
Because if that guy comes out right when he gets shot,
they get that.
And I'm not faulting that guy for doing that.
No, that's his job.
Yeah, but they definitely had enough time to get in there and hit that buzzer, and that's why Harry Fry is arguing so adamantly.
I like that Harry did what he was told, though. Just put his head down and ran, because that's what they asked him to do.
Yeah, it was close, very close. So final score will be 6-4. In favor of Dynasty. They're still in this tournament, but they play Aftershock next. But
that's going to be a good one.
Don't go anywhere before we get to the X Factor, Impact, Dynasty, and Aftershock set. It's going to be Aftermath, AC Diesel, PB Fit, and Infamous. We'll be right back.
Who running the game now? Put on the gas and slow down. No, my team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Yeah.
Hey, this is Walker with Carbon Paintball here to talk to you about our SC custom jerseys. To start your team's design, head over to crbnpaintball.com, fill in some team information, including what colors, what template you want to base your jersey off of, upload your main team logo and any sponsors, enter your name and your number, and we're going to kick you back